Boom. All right, there we go. Got all that stuff on. All right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Monsterbound. This week we have my co-host Nick, as always, the gentleman, the lovely, everyone's favorite. Maybe his arch nemesis Vicer will stop in to torture him today. Who knows? We have Bao, an absolutely fanatic man. He carries the name of Super Robot Wars and Xenogears to the far reaches of the universe. We have our good friend Wes, fellow RPG enthusiast, and we have this GIF that I'm pretty sure is as old as the internet because I've been seeing it for like 100,000 years, if not more. So for everyone who doesn't know what this is, Monsterbound is our weekly stream series celebrating one of our favorite series, Earthbound. We have rotating guests made up of people who are longtime fans of the series, newcomers, and pretty much everything else in between. Just taking this game down in nice sizable chunks. We're not trying to get you to sit around for 8 hours of hardcore JRPG action. We're looking for digestible 2 to 3 hour tidbits filled with all kinds of trivia, story, all kinds of cool stuff. You should see all this cool crap Nick has. I mean, if you've been watching for 2 episodes, clearly you've seen some of the awesome stuff that he has. Also, I just gotta say, holy crap, a bunch of people just popped up in chat while I was monologuing. What up? Drew, Diego, Shy Guy, Gator Viking, Vicer, woo! All of them. Okay, I had to give everyone a little shout out there. But, so yeah, this week we are taking down Threed. We're doing one of my favorite parts of the game, which involves little kids killing zombies with baseball bats and psychic mind powers. We are also going to be getting our 3rd member and getting to jam to the absolutely fantastic soundtrack of Winters. It's one of my favorite songs in the game. But first, I'm going to take a quick second to let everyone introduce themselves a little bit if you haven't been here before. Nick, why don't you go with that?
Hi, my name's Nick. I like Earthbound and Earthbound accessories. I'm a writer for I almost said Monster Vine. And just overall RPG and video game nerd. And the co-host, who will be here every week until we beat this game.
My favorite thing about Nick is that me and him can make obtuse Shin Megami jokes that no one else gets at each other in the Monster Vine chat, and that's how we became friends, I'm pretty sure. So, Bao, how about you go next?
Hello everyone, my name is Bao. I am a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. My relationship with Earthbound, or the Mother series, is kind of interesting because I was introduced to Ness through Super Smash Bros. And then for years, I did not play the series, but I actually played Motor 3 before Earthbound. And then when Earthbound came to the Wii U, that's when I first played that game. And I love both of them. And yeah, you guys are making me want to go out and buy a bunch of Earthbound merch now.
Don't fall down that hole, dude.
I gotta say, Nick's made me feel a little inadequate. I mean, like, I just got my Amiibos and my Earthbound cart. Like, I gotta say. Last week we had Jeff from Premium Edition. He had a ton of stuff too. I'm like, oh man, I need to at least go get like a Franklin badge and put it on the hoodie or something, or the beanie or something like that. Wes, how about you? You want to go next, Wes?
Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody. I am Wes. I have been writing for a long time, most recently at RPG Fan, putting together all kinds of fun RPG lore and hot takes in there. I learned about Earthbound from a friend way back in elementary school. My best friend in elementary school showed me all kinds of RPGs. Up until that point, I had just been growing up on Dragon Quest for the most part. And when he showed me, Dragon Quest, but with yo-yos, baseball bats, and creatures called Master Belch, I was pretty much on board. Followed it ever since. Mother 3 is an intensely special game to me. In addition to, the childhood nostalgia of Earthbound. And I know I've been a diehard fan for a long time.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's good. So
cheers, I'll drink to that.
Yeah, yo, put it up. So this it looks like this week again we've got another group of story deletes, So that's always good. We all have lots of experiences with this game. We can all point each other in the right direction. Me and Nick were talking about maybe getting some speedrunners, some of the people who are a little bit higher ranked than the speedrunner on this show. And that would be fun too, just to get to play with them. And they were like, oh yeah, if you like go like up, down, left, wait like half a frame, you're just gonna end up on the other side of the map. But
the crazy tech with teleporting in this game was just a joy to watch.
I love watching speedrunners use teleport in places that it was never meant to be used.
Also, just like wiggling themselves like through, like they're just like in Tucson, and they just kind of like wiggle their way onto like a plateau or something like that. I'm just like, as a kid, I just like felt like I could do this, and it feels good to be vindicated.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You see it, you're like, oh, finally!
See, I've never seen an Earthbound speedrun, so this sounds fascinating to me.
Oh man,
RPG
you're in for a
speedruns
treat.
are nuts. I like a good RPG speedrun. You're just like, how? What? Are you kidding me? How did they? I got into. I found a YouTuber named Manel, and I started seeing his like Xenoblade Chronicle 2 speedruns, and I'm like, you can play this game fast? Oh my god! Like,
It's a relative fast.
Fast-ish.
Okay. Well then.
Well, I want to point something out. Bao pointed something or said something that Nintendo. I know you're listening. I know you're one of the 8 people watching. I guess it's not including me and the rest of the guys, but Nintendo. I know you're watching. That was one of the reasons why Earthbound was so important to have on the Wii U, just to bring it to a modern console. You know what I mean? So, like, just to hear somebody like first experiencing it on the Wii U. I have a friend that first experienced it on the Wii U. And I don't know. I think that's friggin' awesome.
It is. It's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Super.
Like, we really need to, Nintendo really needs to know that, I mean, like, they're never going to do anything for us, but, like, we should really rub it in their faces. Like, there are some cool people out there that, like, experienced this game for the very first time on the Wii U.
Yeah, you guys could do this again. Just tell them you guys can sell more copies of Smash, man. Just release it, please.
The problem is that Earthbound is, like, Nintendo's secret shame. And then the Wii U is also Nintendo's secret shame. So it was like their secret shame released on this. It's layers of shame.
Well, how amazing was it just to see it on the SNES Mini? Like this little collectible console, they still put it out on there.
I couldn't believe it. I was so
Now just put it on the damn Switch online.
Yeah,
whatever it's called.
I know, that's what they really have to do. I know our other Diego, Monsterbound, he's actually playing it for the first time on the SNES Classic. That was the first chance he's had to play it. So it's like, come on, people, just let him enjoy it. Come on, like, let the world enjoy this amazing game, and maybe give us Mother 3, even though I know you never will. But come on.
We know they won't.
I'm a Xenogears fan. Okay, all I do is want things I'll never get.
Oh man,
I feel that pain.
Yes.
I was gonna say you're in good company with Wes. I know Wes likes it.
Well, listen,
Xenosaga.
I just got Xenosaga Episode 3, finally.
Oh,
the guidebook.
nice.
Oh, that's some good stuff.
Oh, yeah, I got a really good deal for that and the guidebook, and I'm just like, now I have all the sagas in one place. I haven't played it since when it first came out, so I'm really excited to play it again. Yes!
They
So we
make
got
me so
Xenogears love going on here, everybody.
Excellent.
Oof. Okay, well, before we get, I'm sure, especially with this group, we could probably go on an entire tangent about Xeno games and stuff like that. So we're going to switch over to gameplay here. We're going to get going. This time, I did not grind like an extra 10 levels off screen. So hopefully we won't have to do too much grinding or anything like that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
I will say it's funny you mentioned Xenogears because sometimes I forget. Oh, from Xenoblade, there's a giant Monado right next to me off camera that you can't see.
Oh, really? That's great.
Oh, I want to see that.
Probably can't show the full thing since it's massive, but
You gotta just lean like 3 feet back to get the whole thing on there.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
cool.
dude. That
That's
fucking
amazing.
rules.
Oh my gosh.
As a Xenoblade fan, that rules. I love that. Holy shit. I didn't know
Yeah,
something like
it's a
that
beauty.
existed.
it was custom made for me by my friends for a Christmas present one year.
Oh man, you got good friends.
Yeah, those are good friends.
Yeah, that's
Holy
awesome.
cow! I just get drunk and buy my friends Steam games. You got good friends. What's going on here, Franco?
I am making sure things are. I know.
Bro, were
I
you playing
saved
Final Fantasy V recently?
at one point or another. Hold on.
Are you gonna?
here. I switched back. Let me make sure. I swear. So we have. Oh no.
Oh, tears.
Oh
Did
no.
you? Oh,
no.
Did you not say?
Oh no!
properly?
Are you kidding me?
Double check the other save slot. All right. Do this for. Go ahead and check some of the other save slots or whatever, or progress. But I got a little bit of a story
Okay.
to tell.
Cool.
About 9 years ago, I was streaming Chrono Trigger to a group of people, and you might be able to find the video on YouTube. I can't find it. I don't know what account it's attached to, whatever. But I was streaming Chrono Trigger, and I got gosh, it's hard to remember where I got to. I had finished Magus' Castle. I was sometimes after Magus' Castle, right? And I needed to go to the restroom, so I set my controller down, and I accidentally nicked the keyboard, and it hit load state. And the last time I had done a save state was like before I even met Shayla. And I don't know how many of you guys know this, but there's a big gap between me and Shayla and Magus' Castle.
A little bit of a gap.
Yeah, I fucked that up big time. I just like if you find the video, it's great because you just see me stare at the screen for like 30 seconds, like just in disbelief that I did that. I was trying to take it all out in one night, and well, needless to say, it didn't happen.
That's great.
So was that your first playthrough of the game, or?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm old. I'm
I
like
feel like
old.
it would have heard worse if that was your first.
Oh my god, if that was my first, I would love Chrono Trigger like I do now. If that was my first, like that would definitely be a sore spot for me.
Yeah. So, looks like we have something vaguely unfortunate that happened.
All right, dude, speed run it.
Yep,
Let's go.
Exactly. Listen here. Well, the secret's out, so we can do stuff like this.
The worst part,
Threats.
the worst part is that you can't even ride the bicycle because you've got your teddy bear.
Exactly.
Dude, did you go visit Apple Kid?
You're right. You're right. Oh, listen. On top of your game, it's almost like a repeat of last episode. I'm so mad. Oh my gosh.
Just so you know, we also, you have to recreate last episode too, so we also have to give money to Orange Kid.
You're right. I need to go grab a ton of money so we can do that.
I almost feel like you're so bad with the fast forward that you should just do normal.
It's the most overbearing fast forward of all time. I swear.
Who needs fast forward that fast? All right, well, I guess I could drop some knowledge then.
Okay.
I know I dropped a fair bit about the translation and shit like that last episode, but I didn't do everything. First of all, I didn't have a chance. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't have a chance to do everything because Jeff was talking a lot, right? It was Jeff. That's his name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that dude. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed both those guys on there. They were good guests.
Yeah, Barry's in the chat right now, so you can tell him. But yeah. Oh yeah, Jeff's a barrel full of monkeys. I love the guy,
Yeah,
but I know exactly
definitely
what
is.
you're talking
Definitely is. Yeah. It was nice to have somebody else talking. So, for those of you that don't know, I am reading through the Legends of Localization book by Tomato. And he even has what's really cool about this, and I don't actually know if I ever brought this up. I think I did in the first episode. But he has a foreword from Marcus Lindblom, the localization director and English text writer for Earthbound. So the guy who did the original translation wrote the foreword in this book, which is really cool. There's also like a whole bunch of like quotes from dudes that just generally love Earthbound.
Vicer says, Nick, I thought you bought the nerdiest book on the planet.
You haven't seen the rest of his bookshelf.
Yeah, no kidding. I've got shit up there like. Well, I guess a lot of it's art books. I wonder what would be the nerdiest out of them all.
Nick Barry goes, yeah, I didn't get to talk much myself last episode.
But I complimented you to Frank Barry.
Oh my god, look, they're saying...
Alright, well, you know what? Maybe what I could do... Maybe now's a really good time to show off the vinyl.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, heck yeah.
Good vinyl.
Alright, so I actually have two here because, it's not just Mother 2 that we're celebrating, but Mother as well. So this is the Mother vinyl. It's a double vinyl. Comes with a lot of with just one really nifty thing, and that's this Mother insert that comes with it. Has a lot of really cool art as well as stories to tell. Mostly about the game, and has some. Just the art is just really cool.
It's like the best.
Yeah, like I'm trying to make sure that people can see it. Yeah, that's probably good.
It gets the important part in there.
Yeah, and like it's all. I'm pretty certain it's all fan art, but it's. Fan art's not bad. It's cool. So then.
The series has generated some of the absolute best fan art too.
Oh yeah, it really is.
Yes.
I'm pretty certain this is the woman that sings Pollyanna from Mother 1.
Oh my god.
And it's Itoy over there, I believe. And then you got like a lot of little like these the claymation figures.
Which is the absolute best way to do enemy designs, I've got to say.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. So that's just Mother 1. I'm going to pull out one of the vinyls. Take a look at. I think. Oh yes, they are.
Are these the super gorgeous?
Well, they're pretty gorgeous. They're clear red.
Ooh.
I always try and get like the limited pressings when I can.
They're so cool. I don't even have a record player or anything like that, but I just want all the vinyls.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what I told Diego. All right, it's called a turntable.
That's beautiful. If anyone noticed, I got completely wrecked by a UFO and a mobile sprout right there.
I don't think anyone noticed. With all the fast forward, they couldn't tell.
Yeah.
All right, I'm curious, Visor. What did you use them as, or did you just buy them to look at them?
I have some friends who just use them for gorgeous full color art. Like,
I read my game guides like books. Like,
yeah,
that's what I used to do as well. I still like to collect them, even though they're kind of useless in the modern day.
There's something about poring over a physical book though that just going on a wiki and like making bookmarks on your internet browser and stuff. It just doesn't match up to like the feeling of like poring over a book and looking at like a map. I was actually, when I was looking at the Xenosaga 3 guide, I was a little depressed there wasn't maps. That's something I love looking at. I know me and Nick were both talking about, because you're both playing Bravely Default 2, and he's like, so how long is too long to go one way looking for the treasure chest at the end of a hallway?
Yeah.
Like,
you can follow me on Twitter at nmandracina.
Yeah, exactly. Boom. You might want to spell that.
Say like
it's spelled the way it sounds.
Yeah.
Very true.
He's up on the tweets for this. Check out the Go Live tweet and you'll be able to find him.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that felt that with Bravely Default 2, though.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
the lack of area maps kills me.
Yeah.
It's like, because, you go so far down a path, and eventually you're like, okay, this is the main path. I better go the other way to make sure I get the treasure. And then you're going down there, and you're like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Like, there's still nothing? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Without the area maps, I was getting some real, like, Diablo vibes.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention, if I had a superpower, it would probably be to find the right way in every RPG the first time, every time.
Right.
Which is the world's worst superpower.
No, it's the best one, because then you always know which way not to go if you want loot.
Oh, no. I try to pick the wrong one, and I go the right one without fail. It's like I don't know it, I know the opposite of it every time. I try to fake myself out, doesn't work.
You'd be great at Star Ocean 1 in that case if you had that power. I swear, that game. You were great at
Desperately needed.
Phantasy Star 3 and Star Ocean 1. You would just be an expert at those.
Star Ocean 1 is the first review I ever got a comment on.
Really?
Yeah. The guy told me that... he just told me that I was bad at video games and I shouldn't be reviewing RPGs.
The ubiquitous internet comment.
Yeah, because I complained the combat system, like, it worked really well for a while, but, like, eventually, like, even though I was grinding like crazy, like, it just wasn't clicking with me, and I was having trouble with some fights. And I think the fights I was having trouble with were mostly optional fights.
Vice just said that was his comment.
But that was, yeah,
it was me all along.
I believe you, Visor.
Well, that's how I knew that I had made it. Was I made a newbie's guide to Shin Megami Tensei for RPG fan.
Okay.
And as soon as I got the comment, oh, it should actually be Megami Tensei. Shin Megami Tensei is a sub-series. I was like, oh, I've made it. I truly am.
Oh, I remember that comment. I loved. You showed me that comment. Oh my gosh, I loved that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I would have done the biggest eye roll ever reading that. Like, really.
Be like, I'm actually injured. That hurts.
I just love the idea of, like, just getting, like, who's up there? Who's up in the stars like this dude? Right? Like, actually, it's just Megami Tensei.
It's like one of my favorite little Game Grumps bits is when they're talking about being at Galaxy's Edge, like the Star Wars part of Disney, and the guy actuallying his kid. He was like, actually, those are the Empire ships, and they're the bad guys. And I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna make a murderer.
Yeah. Just a friendly reminder, don't actually your kids, people.
Yeah, please don't.
I have some corrections to make.
There's no way you actually your kids. You
survive it.
Oof. Anyway, yeah, now we're just talking about random JRPGs. Okay, so, like, you know what? While Frank's doing this, though, I mean, like, what did you guys? I mean, like, what did you guys think of Bravely Default 2? I know Frank loves it, so Frank doesn't get to talk. That's why we're doing it, because I know Frank loves it. All right, and I want to know why don't you tell us how you? It's because it sounds like you played some of it.
I beat it a few days ago.
Okay, cool. What did you without spoiling anything? What did you think about it?
In terms of, like, just as a game in the series, I think it's a better game than Bravely Second, but I don't know if I'd rank it over the first Bravely Default game. It's a really good game. It's fun. I wish they had took more risks with the jobs in the game, because they're pretty much all jobs we've seen before, nothing original. Really, but for what was there, it was really...
Sorry, the Pictomancer was really, like, the only class that I was like, oh, this is different and new, like a painting class that's debuff focused. But other than that,
you get to play as what's her name from Final Fantasy VI.
Realm. Yeah, that's Realm right up there.
Yeah, that's it, Realm. I wish they had. I mean, like, considering. All right, so considering they all the performance issues. Considering the lack of an area map, I mean, like,
The character models. Oh nope, I should.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Considering the character model,
They're so weird. Like with the eyes, it's the eyes and like the little
it's the
protruding
dead
mouth.
You know when like you get an apple core and you dry it out and you make a doll out of the apple core? That's kind of what it makes me think. It's like kind of the dead eye expression.
Oh
no, I don't. But I see it.
Look it up and then greet them in your nightmares.
Considering all of those things, I guess like I was expecting the other. I mean, like, because the battle system isn't. It's not insanely better than the original, and it's not better than second or anything like that. It's like it's on par. I think
it remains like strong. Like that's one of the
no doubt
of the series.
No doubt. I think the combat is great, and I've always thought Frank, if you die here, brother.
I'm not. Don't worry. I was like, oh my god, really? They just will not die.
So
fast forward through the scrolling health and die.
That's the thing. It makes it harder because you
can
like
double-edged sword.
Yeah.
No one saw it, but last episode, when we did the exact same thing we're doing this episode. When I killed one of the trees, I clicked the button by mistake, and it did 100 damage to me, and I was like, "Oh, it usually only does 30 before you can get out of it." Whoops.
Oh right. So yeah, I guess so. Considering all the other things, I feel like I was expecting more from Bravely Default too.
I know you were the story you were so lukewarm on just because of how it was kind of a lot of tired JRPG tropes.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, like, and I don't want to spoil it, so I'll only talk about the early parts. But oh no, we've got a desert town and it's flooded. I mean, it was they were really kind of whacking you over the head with some of this stuff. And it's like, oh, wow, so we're going to the Magic Town next. Oh, no, nature reclaimed it. And it's like, oh, come on. So, yeah, I just, I mean, luckily it kind of breaks away from that a little bit. But I don't know. That had me really lukewarm on it in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, I feel like it's these really good bones. Like the way that the battle system and the job system, all play together are really, really strong, but it's kind of in want of a better game to live in. The story could, the story takes some wild ass turns in the first Bravely Default.
Oh, the end of that game is
it's historically good. And the little bits on performance and on visual design, everything is, I mean, it's not terrible, but it could be a lot better. And the great way that it kind of encapsulates grinding and leveling up all of these different classes, and the way that character building is so strong, almost highlights how much better everything surrounding it could be. There's my 2 cents.
I can agree the story was the weakest part, especially when you compare it to the first game.
Mm-hmm.
But how'd you guys feel about the weight system? Because I was not sure how I felt about that.
I'm still not.
I feel like the equipment system in general led to a really awesome moment-to-moment gameplay moments in my equipment screen, which was something that I haven't really had to deal before. I really liked that, when I went to a town or something, I wasn't just immediately buying the best stuff. I liked having to decide if I wanted to wear a leather hat for the chance to use 2 weapons or something like that. It felt like, as much as sometimes I really felt like, I felt like it was annoying almost sometimes, and I was like, I just want to use my good stuff. I appreciated that it felt like I was making meaningful decisions regarding my equipment.
Yeah, see, even Trainer Shagai even just said, I'm mid-chapter 3 and still unsure of how I feel about the weight system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, I mean, I think that's one of those things where it's kind of, I don't like how I can I can get overloaded and it makes things feel less optimized, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, if you have 2 spears equipped, you can do this, and it's like, dope, let's do that, and it's like, but if you have the second spear, you're overloaded, and everything goes down. So, I mean, that sucks. But on the other hand, there are a few jobs that really play with the weight system a little bit.
Yeah, that's where it's at its best.
Yeah, that's where it's at its best. It's really cool when when they're like, oh, if you're overweight or like the higher weight you have, the like more damage you'll do or something like that. It's really cool.
That's the one thing that I'll say I think is cool about Bravely Default 2 over Bravely Default 1. I didn't play Bravely 2nd, full disclosure here, but I like it when the systems play together and don't feel like they're picked from different games. So like when the weight impacts how powerful your body slam is, that feels good. Like, oh yeah, what I'm doing in one part carries over. And that's why I really like the jobs in Bravely Default 2, even though they're not as interesting. Like they play with your BP a little bit more. There are jobs that like lower the BP cost of some of your moves, or that turn the MP cost into BP cost. There are all these interesting things that play with the Brave and Default systems that you can kind of trick out to make your characters work together so much nicer. And I like that is like my favorite part of the game is when it all coheses so well. Coheses. Coheres, but I'm going with coheses.
Coheses.
It's cohesion.
That's what it is.
There it is.
Sorry, English isn't my first language.
Clearly.
Alright, so we're about to go fight the boss real quick, and we'll just skip the second sanctuary instead of doing it like we did last time. So that should get us on track here in the next, like, 10 minutes.
You got this.
I don't know how many of y'all watch Klemps on YouTube.
I wanted to bring that up because that's what I just watched his what it was, an hour and a half long story review. Bravely Default.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
good.
he's really good at those. Hey, if you get a chance, watch his Drakengir like overview.
Yes.
Oh my god! Like he goes through all of the Drakengard games,
Oh my God.
Nier Automata, and
He talks about the stage plays. Like he goes that.
Yeah, he goes over the stage plays. It's wild. So like, yeah, Klemps is really good at that. But Klemps talks about, and the reason I bring this up is because what Jade said in chat, one of the things that he said that like I don't, maybe I'm just like the world's biggest idiot because I didn't like come to this conclusion on my own naturally. But he said like he basically said, I don't fault anybody for not finishing Bravely Default or going straight to the end and skipping the true ending because the execution of the first game was, like the end of the first game was botched.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a poor execution that was otherwise a great game. And I really agree with that because, like, like Bao said, I like even a chapter in, I could tell Bravely Default 2 is not going to be better than Bravely Default 1. And I was disappointed by that. Now I'm glad that Bravely Default 2, the more I play it, the more I'm thinking it's getting closer to Bravely Default 1. But
I two-shot him!
Okay.
I'm sorry, I literally just two-shot him.
He was there and then he wasn't there. Blinked and he was gone.
Not to interrupt, I'm sorry, I was just pressing the button and his car, Mr. whatever the hell his name is, was done in like...
Mr. Carpainter.
Carpainter, exactly.
He'll paint your
I
car.
saw you talking to him, and I looked away, and I looked back, and it was
It's just gone.
That was great. Alright, continue. Sorry about that.
I have nothing left to say at this point, except way to freaking go, my dog.
These are the real speedrun strats. Forget all that teleport nonsense.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
needs that when you can two-shot him? Remember when in the beginning I said I didn't grind for a really long time? Well, look at that. Looks like I was grinding for episode 3 without knowing it.
I definitely love the way that they play with the music in this game.
Yes.
How like Happy Happy Village has a different song that plays. While the cult is in charge of the town, and then after you return things to normal, it just goes to the Tucson song. And if we get to Threed,
We're on our way.
because it's I guess we're only 40 minutes in, right?
Exactly.
Frank said so Earthbound is actually
playing
the
with
original
the music there.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll equip Paula really quick, and then we'll fly through the valley. Paula will probably get shot in the head with the laser.
Just skip the mole.
That's what I was going to do. I wasn't going to do the mole. That's what I was saying earlier. I'm just gonna skip the mole. I can go back and do that off screen.
Frank, why don't you grow up
I could
and
probably
play
do that.
a real Shin Megumi Tensei game?
Oh, are we gonna go into my first Tensei game?
Oh, that's
Have you not
right. I
played
forgot.
one yet?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Have you
Whoa,
not
wow.
played one yet?
Oh my gosh.
No. We were talking about. Nick was talking to me about a project that he's thinking about doing, and
I'm lunging headfirst. Once I get this Bravely Default 2 review out the door, this project is going full
Getting in
on.
there.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. But we said there's something about Demi Kids, and I told him I was like, oh yeah, that's my first Shin Megami game, as a matter. And I'm a huge fan of the mainline games and stuff like that now. But yeah, humble beginnings. Fucking the dark side, the blue one. That was my first Shin Megami game.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone start with the Demi Kids games like that.
Right? Now, I came to SMT super late, though, so they've always been kind of like a meme game to me.
Mm-hmm.
But they've always been a meme game to me. So to hear that somebody started out, first of all, it gives me hope. Second, it's cool because they're like 10 to 15 hours long.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember having a really good time with it. Like, I legitimately thought it was like a
Practically
good
competent
game.
games. Like,
I mean, it's like a happy medium between Pikachu and SMT, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pikachu. I remember, so Pokemon started playing when I was in 7th grade in America, I think. Wes?
I think that's right. Yeah, it was junior high sometime. So
I was in the locker room and after gym class, and this kid's like, "Hey, Nick, have you ever watched Pokerman or Pokemon?" And I'm like, "Pokerman?" I couldn't understand that. Like, he was like, first of all, Pokemon, like, for Japanese shit in general, the only thing at that point I had ever actually played that was Japanese was Final Fantasy and Earthbound.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a little Dragon Quest too. I don't know.
Pokemon sounds like a bad translation of James Bond or something. Like Casino Royale is.
Pokerman, King Casino.
What up, Brian? Look who it is. It's fellow Monster Viner, Bry Guy.
Oh man, can I just say that I love Brian's voice.
Me too. I do
Like,
too.
he just sounds like he's been surfing all day.
He's got a good intonation to the way he talks.
He's been surfing all day, and he just got home, and he just took some edibles, and he's ready to relax.
Oh, I have to get the hand-aid. Whoops, okay. That's the most important item in the game.
Oh yeah, from Paul's dad?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now we're officially in new territory here. Actually, we're going to go...
Territory.
What we're going to do is we're going to go and save
Territory.
right now.
Yes, that's a very good idea. I
I'm
approve
going
of
to
this.
save, and now that the secret's out, I'm going to save state too.
Just flash that cartridge up in front of the camera one last time.
Yeah,
just
exactly. Hold on, let me just...
Nintendo, I
Observe,
promise.
observe.
Nintendo, I swear.
It's real. It's
just
not
don't.
It's not a repro.
Just don't want to ruin it. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hello there,
ex-
Felix.
I'm exercising my right to have a backup. Oh, it's a good boy. Oh my god.
Cute.
Oh, I can't handle it.
Say hi to everybody, Felix.
Hi,
I'm my little Earthbound dog.
I know I'm gonna have to bring Shiro in here one day just so we can do double corgi.
Double corgis.
I always thought Paula's dad's sprite was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a little hard to parse.
Yeah, like he's
Like, is that a mustache or just a really strong nose?
I always saw it as the toothbrush mustache, personally.
Okay.
I don't think I can see it any other way.
Okay, so basically we saved Paula and we brought her back to her parents' house, and he was pretty much just like, well, good, my girl's home and you can stay home. Paula tells him, we have to save the world. We have to go to Threed, we have to meet our other friend who's going to help us save the world, and there's nothing you can do about it, Pop. Sorry.
All the kids growing up.
Yeah, so now what we have to do is we have to find our way through a ghost-haunted tunnel. We could show you what happens if you try. Should we zoom down there really quick and show? Okay, cool.
Absolutely, we should.
Everdread's looking for you. Yeah, we'll deal with that soon. We can just take this quick walk. Who needs teleporting, right, guys? All right, so
we should consult the Earthbound handbook.
Oh, let's
see what's going on here in Threed. Or I'm sorry, in Tucson.
Yeah, if we give it a woo.
Woos in the chat.
Yeah, woos in the chat, please.
Stack woos.
Stack woos, yeah, exactly. I always love the spooky sound in Earthbound. The
There it is.
So I remember this kind of scaring me, like as a kid. I was like, oh,
yeah,
there's ghosts.
They gon' get me.
There we go.
I got freaked out by every game as a kid, though.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so let's go see Everdread and see what he's got to give us. And we're gonna... We're almost back on track, I'd say. Thank you everyone for sticking with us. It was one of those that I was like, oh cool, we got 20 people, and then my head was like, there's gonna be 2 people in there now. So thank you everyone for sticking with us.
So that's the mushroom lady, and she's holding a sign that says alarmingly fresh mushrooms.
Oh no.
Trying to find, they don't have anything in here about the ghost cave.
So guys,
Silent Hill at 8 years old, that's gonna mess you up.
oh my god.
I played, how old were we when Silent Hill came out?
Probably
Oh man, I have no idea. I didn't play it until high school.
Vicer's the same age as me, so probably around that.
Well, yeah, because I played it when it came out. So when did Silent Hill come out? Vicer, go look it up.
It's kind of weird. Why does this guy want me to introduce my 12-year-old girlfriend to his bandmate? He's like, how about introducing her to my bandmate? He's right there. Hey, you came with Alexa, then you deserve a present, playboy. Here's a backstage pass. You can get into our shows with this.
Hey, Wes, what happened to your your thick New York accent?
Can you not tell that I'm using it? This is how they talk in New York. New York.
He promised me he would do a thick New York accent for the stream.
Then at the end, I was gonna reveal it as the Prestige. Hey, forget about it. We play an F-bound. I'm walking here.
Here.
That's the whole thing. I apologize to anyone in New York listening.
It's true.
So
they're walking.
So Silent Hill came out in 1999. So I would have been 13.
That makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah, I definitely played it when I was 13, and that shit, terrifying.
No, I remember the opening for Silent Hill 4 is like one of the most terrifying things, I think. Like, it just scared the crap out of me.
The Room?
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Room, starring Brie Larson.
Or The Room starring
Tommy Wiseau.
I always
trail.
I always like this. No, it's not him. It's the other time you interact with these musicians, these talented musicians, and you can't show him the diamond over it. He actually makes you like come up to him and show him.
Oh yeah, you have to go to you have to go around the desk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite DJ, Maximus?
These musicians who have absolutely nothing in common with any musicians, living or dead.
Right. Here's the Swanky Club. Does anyone else want to come here? Because I feel like this is a pretty cool place. I mean, look at these cool dudes.
Yeah, this club rules.
I'm changing.
You gotta talk to the girl first, yeah.
I am a little concerned that kids can just walk in here.
Yeah, I feel like they're asking for a lawsuit.
Right? Yeah, there's some legitimate kids here. Like,
one of them's literally dragging a teddy bear with them.
Shabba da wop diddly dee da, shabba dee doo bee bop wah. I got these debt blues. If I had $10,000, I could pay off my debts and move on to the next town. I wonder if our bus still runs. It must be rusted out. So yeah, these guys are some cool cats, honestly. Oh my God, Max! Yeah, Max is referencing quite the joke that only I will understand. So, the ultimate let you get backstage. Oh my God!
Anybody else got a concert tee from the Runaway 5 show?
From when you went and saw the Runaway 5, Nick?
Yeah.
Oh.
There it is, right there.
That's awesome.
Chaos Theater, Tucson. Freedom Tour, 1990X.
You guys ready for the ultimate tunage? Yeah, that's right! Tonight you got the Chaos Theater's Soul Men coming at you, rocking and rolling live on this here stage for a limited time only. The world's greatest bluesmen, the Runaway 5, and here they come! Oh yeah, baby!
Wow, Frank, you should actually do that professionally.
You really brought it there.
Yeah, no kidding.
You should have heard the Pokey voice. I didn't do it today, but that was the Pokey voice from the first episode.
Hey, so fun fact that people probably figure out on their own. The reason there are no people in the audience is because Earthbound is a Super Nintendo game that only has limited memory on the console and the cartridge.
Oh!
The clever recoloring to avoid any copyright issues on their outfits.
Right, yeah.
Now no one will ever know.
I forget. Are they both wearing black in the Japanese version?
They sure are.
That's beautiful.
I'll say even seeing this in the 2010s impressed me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I was so in love with this when I was a kid.
Yes.
I was like, this fucking rules.
I still am. that music there.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
No one is ever going to guess who those Blues Brothers are modeled after.
You want to see one more show? Not right now. Our sound's too much for you.
That's it.
The mayor's looking for you. They're the manager, Mr. Poochie Fudd. Alright, so let's go talk to him. We gotta get these guys to ferry us all the way to Threed. I always appreciate the guy with the bombs at Threed. And his little, like, military jacket. And he's just like, hey, kid, you want some bottle rockets?
This is what America was like in the 90s, everybody.
That's true. That is very true. You just walk around and there would always be dudes like offering you fireworks and other illegal goods.
All right. Well, what do you know? This little nipper took us from a nightmare to a dream. Little nipper. Ow, this means we can get out of this dump. I guess that, I don't think that was like an ow, that was probably more like an ow! Ow! I'm a good driver. Come on, I'll show you. That's a statement.
Yeah, that is not trustworthy sentence right there.
All right, let's move on to the next town. I'm sure our hunk of junk will get us there. And then this guy's just like, he repeated what he said. I didn't make a spectacle of myself, did I?
Wow.
It's okay.
Fucking drunk Louis Armstrong.
Monsterbound's how I'm gonna get a voice acting job. I didn't tell you guys, but.
Right. In Mother 2, when he said, this little nipper took us from a nightmare to a dream, in Mother 2, the original line is, whoa, thanks to this little kid, we've gone from hell to heaven. But as we all know, the
Nintendo of America.
Yeah, Nintendo of America was very lukewarm on religious references.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't apply.
Be about that. It's honestly amazing that they left praying in there.
I mean, like, if I almost wonder if it wasn't such a core function to beating the game, if they wouldn't have left it in. So does everybody know what the Runaway 5 was called in Mother 2?
What was it?
Anybody know?
I don't remember.
I believe it's the Tanzura Bros. Yeah,
Alright.
the
I think that's right.
Tanzura Brothers.
I think I have heard that before, actually.
My old brain cannot hold all the trivia anymore. This is why we need books like this.
Oh hell yeah! I love
Right.
this book. This book is just so freaking cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Packed
really
with
want-
encyclopedic knowledge about Paw Patrol, so I can't keep all this in my head anymore.
There you go. Listen, you don't, guys. You don't have to deal with ghosts if you can outrun them. That's what people.
No,
don't know.
the trick here is that.
No, the
is
happy
that-
music keeps them away, right?
Didn't you ever play the Revolution X arcade video game? Music is the weapon.
You're right. You're right.
Fun
I
fact.
assumed vans were unhauntable, but
Fun fact. I used to work for the guy that made that game.
Really?
amazing.
Yep.
Nice.
Looks like we gotta say goodbye for now. This town seems pretty gloomy, but I'm sure you can light up this place with your own little brand of sunshine. Beautiful, kind words. Hope to see you again sometime. Look for us to be singing at some theater in Forsyth. Beautiful.
What is that reminding me of? Like,
Save your voice here.
you sound like Wolfman Jack or something like that.
I like, listen,
Like,
my
you sound a step away from being Scott Steiner to me.
Look, there he is.
What's
There's
the odds of beating
It.
Samoa
That's
Joe?
it.
Hope you don't get mugged. See ya. Shh, don't
Big-
talk too
big-
loud. What do you want?
Big
You want
Daddy
some
or God, what the
bombs?
fuck was
Big Papa Puff.
Big Papa Pump? That's it.
Hell yeah.
That is it.
Get you a chainmail hood.
So, fun fact: there is no th sound in Japanese. So, Threed is actually called Shriek.
Huh.
That's way more terrifying.
Right? There's a rumor
It's-
that there's
it's
an
a little more on the
underground
nose, I
path
suppose.
at the edge of the graveyard that takes you somewhere. When you get through the path, you'll meet a dirty, stinky, ugly, powerful monster. I wet my pants just thinking about it.
Weird
He
flex.
says with
Okay.
a smile on his face.
I'm so
That dude is
scared.
so excited that that's the news he gets to share you. Share with you. It's like,
That
fuck
just
yeah,
tells
man.
everyone he walks into town.
He's like, guys, did you know I pissed myself?
Wow.
You know how bad my bladder control is? Why can't I get a date?
Sven drunk around the trash can. There's just plain old garbage in the trash can.
Plain old garbage.
Zombies and ghosts are on the loose here. Welcome to Threed. That's how you
Thank
get
you,
some.
Jason Voorhees.
That's how you force the tourism industry right there.
Yeah, I was super into Earthbound, but this for me is where the game really took off and had my
Yes.
interest.
Mhm.
I'm a sucker for like creepy towns and RPGs.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
All right, Val, what's your favorite creepy town in an RPG?
Oh, easy. The first town is Shadow Hearts. It's a town full of cannibals.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
He got it. He got it in one.
Wes pimps out Shadow Hearts like it's
Oh.
I love Shadow Hearts. So good.
Yeah. I have written many words about Shadow Hearts and will write many more before my days are done.
What about Kildelka?
I've got a nice pristine copy that I got as like a birthday gift to myself when I had done something. I don't know what it was.
Nice.
I felt proud, and I deserved a
Yeah.
pristine copy of Kudelka for it.
I got lucky and one came into my store and it was at the end of the day and I didn't have any more money. And like you can't do like pawn stuff without at the end of the day. And the guy had like Kudelka in there and I was like, oh man, I was like, I know I can buy the rest of this lot from you tomorrow, but I'll give you $20 for that game right now if you want. And he was like, sure. I was like, thanks, buddy.
This ain't for the store. This for me.
Yeah, that was immediately like, yeah, this is mine. Thank you very much. I actually still need to play it. I haven't played it yet.
So, did you look at the sign behind the dude that's trying to sell you fireworks and shit?
No, I didn't. I will absolutely go do that.
Let's go. Let's go take a look. Because it's a joke in Earthbound, but it's not a joke in Mother 2.
Okay.
And I think that'll be a fun one to do. My favorite scary town in an RPG is probably the entirety of Digital Devil Saga 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great
It's
answer.
such a good setting. It's such a good setting.
I'd say mine would be the mist-filled tower in Legend of Legaia, the one that the Berserker is at the top of, that big green guy you have to grind to beat. That place is so spooky and has such an atmosphere, and then you get such a payoff once you actually clear it, and like everyone moves back in, and it's got like all those mini games and stuff like that, and it's one of those parts of the game that I remember really, really well.
I love how many PS1 games weaponized the poor draw distance of the console.
That's a good way of putting it.
No, we'll throw some mist in there. That'll freak them the hell out.
Yes, Vicer, shout out to you saying about the Saga Frontier remaster. I'm so excited. It gives me hope. They'll never touch Xenogears again, but I mean, come on, guys. They put the cut content from Saga Frontier in. Maybe we can get Disc 2. Right,
looks like Immortal Flame and both Immortal Flame and Visor rallying for a Shadow Hearts HD collection.
My people on here.
That'd be awesome. I won't say anything to you adults, but I would stress to you young kids, don't play for more than 2 hours. Anything excessive is no good. Parents opposing obsession plan.
Otherwise, poop.
Poop.
Yeah. So in Mother 2, their name is just the Parental Love Movement.
Oh no!
So localization made that a joke. However, parental love music could be a little.
They're like, yes, man.
We weren't okay with heaven and hell. We definitely ain't okay with the parental love movement.
Yeah,
right.
Get the fuck out of here. Let's see here. In both Mother 2 and Earthbound, the message on the sign suggests taking a break every 2 hours. In line with this, Nessa's father will call every 2 hours of gameplay to suggest taking a break. The sign was changed in every port and re-release of Mother 2 to say 1 hour instead of 2 hours. Despite this text change, though, Nessa's father still calls every 2 hours in every version of Mother 2 and Earthbound.
Is it we have to go to sleep?
He has never paid attention to
we have to go to sleep in the hotel, and that's what starts the next thing, right?
Well, we got to go check out some hot babes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you fight the tent after that, right?
No, I think you fight the tent first, right?
Well, we're gonna check. We're gonna find out.
It's one of my favorite things about the series. What other game can you say, oh, we're going to fight the tent? Like, what?
Vicer, Xenogears could definitely get some love, but, like, the themes of Xenogears are rough, and there's some licensing issues, I believe, with who, like, owns the IP to old school Xeno versus modern Xeno. That's why we'll probably never get it touched again, at least in my opinion, but... We can hope and we can pray.
Hope springs eternal.
Yeah. The devs work for Nintendo, but I believe Square owns the rights, I think, off the top of my head.
Something like that. Yeah, we did fight a house in Final Fantasy VII, that is true. I like what Immortal Flame mentioned, a Terranigma re-release. Imagine an HD quintet trilogy. That would be so cool. We got Illusion of Gaia, Terranigma, and Soul Blazer all on like one like Switch cartridge. Oh, dude, I'd go nuts.
Also, the Quintet series that released on PSP would be dope.
What's
I told you about that, didn't I?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I definitely told you about that. I definitely did. Where the hell is my... I was using something that came in the book as a bookmark. I can't find it anymore.
Okay, we don't do the...
Wes, you know what I'm talking about, though, right? The Quintet, like, games that came out on the PSP.
Well, I do, but explain it as if I didn't. Just for a fun thought experiment.
I can never remember which game is in it, which games are in it, because I always think, yeah, Knights of the Nightmare is not. Oh yeah, it is, right?
Okay.
Oh, if it is, then yes. I thought that was Sting? Question mark.
Got a good line of dialogue. Yeah, I worked for the zombies, but I betrayed them too. I'm a con man, so I know the score. Belch gives life to the zombies, but Belch works for Gygas, who I hear might be female. Well, I'm not really sure whether Gygas is a male or a female, but I'm a helpful con man, don't you think?
Somebody in Twitch is probably already correcting me on this one, right? No. Okay. Oh, I lost my window. Fuck.
Want to escape to the beach? If this is your big dream, come to Carolyn Beach in Summers. Summers Tourism Bureau. Let's see. Don't enter. We'll deal with that a little later. See if there's anything else fun to talk to before we go to the hotel. You a zombie? My mom told me no open... My mom told me no open the door, because zombies are coming. Me too, kid. The zombies are coming. If you miss a nice cozy bed, walk to the west. We're right there. 3 Sunset Hotel. Yeah, because this is the nicest hotel. You're awfully
Limited bed bugs.
Oh boy. Aye, a zombie. I'm watching a zombie movie. Can you come by later? Yeah, I like the one person loudly watching zombie movies.
I don't know why I can't find this. This is maddening. I've been able to easily find this before. But it's like,
I can't find anything on PSP from them, but...
Well, so there's the Riviera game, Riviera the Promised Land.
Well, those were Sting, though. Was Quintet involved in those?
No, maybe not. Maybe it's the Sting... Well... I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, no, it was Sting. It has to be. Because it was...
They did that, they did Nights in the Nightmare, they did...
Big Reunion.
Yes.
And one other one. Oh, the... I don't know how to pronounce this. Gungnir?
Gungnir? I'm going with Gungnir.
Yeah.
Probably something closer to Gunya.
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 Gunya, more like Nunya.
Damn. Wow, they did the Evolution games, huh?
What up, Nebula NECA? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. My stepbrother adored the Evolution games, and this was my gateway to try to get him to play more RPGs back in the Dreamcast days.
And Baroque.
I always heard good things about Baroque, and I only bought it because I was like, look, it's just Shin Megami Artist.
Well, most importantly, they made Dokapon Kingdom, the greatest party game of all time.
The greatest.
Is that
It's
the
like
one
a-
that's worse than like Monopoly and Mario Party combined, or am I thinking of another game?
Oh, no.
Depends how you look at it. I wouldn't be surprised if some people thought that, but it's Mario Party the RPG, and I adored making my friends absolutely miserable in it for years of my
about
life.
right.
So, did you guys see the newspaper delivered to the hotel today? It's different than normal. The paper's called the Zombie Herald. I'm scared, but let me tell you what is in it. Destroy the humans! Hold the town for our glory, and for the glory of our master.
It's the subtlety of it that I like. It's the implied threats. That
Yeah.
get
I don't know, guys. Something sounds fishy here.
I'm trying to remember. How do we trigger the woman?
So I think...
Trigger the Woman doesn't come out super great.
we have to. Did you go see the zombies in the cemetery?
Oh, yeah. You gotta go see the zombies up north first, and then that's what... Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll go do that now. Thankfully, we can do that very quickly.
Hey, dog. Nebula NECA is watching you from the work bathroom.
Yeah, I saw. I appreciate it. That's the best place to check me out from. It's like, just... You gotta poop on company time and watch good Twitch streams. Uh-oh. These zombies, they don't mean well. He likes to hear poop and hear Frank talk. Hell yeah, who wouldn't?
No, being remote for over a year has really taken the excitement out of pooping on company time, though.
I bet.
I don't know. I think it's made it a better thing because, like, now I'm not only pooping on company time, but I'm also doing it in a place that I'm comfortable with. Because, like, really, home is where you can poop comfortably, right?
The true poop.
Yeah, that's what they say, alright. That is the saying.
Gosh, I used to work for Cisco, and they had like one bathroom per floor.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this seductive woman. That is.
Can't believe they didn't edit that out in the American release.
No kidding.
It's like
my gumbo's just hanging right up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, yeah. Ness is just like, oh.
Yeah, what does this say about this elementary school age child?
American. He's got the genetic memory kicked in. Oh, it's my buddy Scott. That's good. He's got to say Legend of Dragoon is still the best RPG ever. It's a good one, man. I love that game.
It's no Earthbound.
That's one game I would scream if it got a remake.
Oh, I would flip that game. If I could cry about Lavitz all over again, but in HD, I'd be ecstatic.
Lavitz in HD, the dream we all want to live. Yeah, I'd love it with a fresh coat of paint and maybe do a little more with the world map. There are like all these little tweaks that they could do to take it even further that I would love to see.
Alright, well, look at that. We were attacked by zombies after chasing a nearly naked woman into a hotel room, and now we are in this underground locked room.
Ain't that always the way?
I do really love that scene because just when you start chasing her, the music becomes all distorted.
Yes.
And creepy.
Oh man, it's so creepy too.
It's so good. Oh yeah, again, stuff shit that scared the hell out of you when you were a kid, you know? Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
3 in general kind of creeped me out as a kid.
It sounds like Newport Richie, oh my god.
This half moment just listening to it here that I thought, oh crap, my stream is dying. It's been too long.
I'm calling out to you who I've never met. I'm calling out our friend who we've never met. Haga, we need your help. Why did we name him Haga?
I don't remember.
There was some reason we named him Haga. It was, I don't know.
There's some deep lore here that someone's going to pull up eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Someone's going to, Joe or Diego or one of them, I think, came up with it. I'm not sure.
Haga.
Winters, a small country to the north.
You know, everyone growing up... Oh.
What?
I was going to say, everyone growing up playing this game thought they were Ness, but they were actually just a slightly dumber Jeff.
Also, big ups for LGBT representation in the mid-90s.
For what?
Tony.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's super early to see. And Earthbound really was ahead of its time, wasn't it?
Big time.
It's funny because like a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, Tony's definitely gay," and I'm like, I guess at 11 or so, it never really crossed my mind like that would matter.
So, basically, we got called out to from Alexa in the middle of the night, and we have awoken. We are this kid with glasses. Haga, I just dreamt that you and I were taking a walk. What's wrong?
Hell yeah. Long, sexy walk.
Mm-hmm.
Still children, keep it holy now.
Where are you going in the middle of the night? You know the dorm rules, right? I love his little hat. He's just got this little tiny hat.
Yeah, Tony's hat rules.
When are we going to get the cosplay we truly deserve? A Tony cosplay.
Tony's the life goals.
I love this segment. Just this whole segment is so good. I love sneaking around and opening all the presents. And I love how you take all the kids' presents and they're just getting a bunch of cookies and they're like, oh, well, I guess you took all the presents. And the Tessie, like the explorers, riding Tessie, meeting the dungeon man. Like, oh, it's such a fun little segment.
You're giving away all the fun stuff for the first timers.
You're right. I should shut my dirty mouth.
Okay, well, we don't need to go that far, Frank.
Alright, so it's up here where it is, the presents. A cookie.
This is just like a huge serotonin boost right here.
Mm-hmm.
You're just feeling good.
Oh yeah, you're just like, oh my god, look at all these chests that I can... Oh, presents, excuse me. I don't know what I'm talking about, chests. And
It's definitely one of my favorite things in an RPG. A room with chests.
Yeah, I remember you said. I remember playing Bravely Default. You're like, there's nothing I love more than a room in a JRPG that's just a bunch of chests.
Unless they're empty, then that's just a dick move.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Gilgamesh.
70
that's what I was
chests and
thinking.
1 mimic.
I always see. I'm real cynical, so when I see a room full of chests, I'm just like, ugh.
Something's about to go wrong here.
Okay, and so another thing regarding Bravely Default 2, and I'm sorry this is kind of coming out of nowhere, but does it feel like that game has an unnatural amount of enemies and chests?
Yeah.
More so
Yeah.
than the average game, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that got me was that the enemies in chests aren't like powerful enemies like mimics. They're not at all special. It's
Yeah,
the same
right.
dudes you fought coming to the chest.
It's almost
Yeah.
like it's just a random encounter. Like it doesn't even feel
Yeah.
thought
Yeah,
out.
they're like, oh man, we don't have enough random encounters in this game. I don't know, let's just stuff them all in chests so they have to fight them.
They've got nothing on the mimics in Yakuza like a dragon though.
Oh god, that game is so good.
I really need to play it myself.
Oh, Bao, you'd love it. It's so good.
I told myself I'd beat the rest of the games first. I know you don't have
no!
to, but I feel like I would get the most out of it.
No, I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm still on 0, by the way.
Oh god, just play 7.
I know it's a long way away.
Because like, I mean, like 8 and 9 will probably come out by the time you get to 7.
Yeah, right. Do you guys like that this guy gave me a key and you have to go use it and it's like this key's broken and he's like, oh, did the key not work? Well, good thing I just invented this machine that opens doors, especially when you have a slightly bad key machine. Like,
Earthbound really understands how inventors work.
yeah,
They
exactly.
really get it.
So, hey, Bao, why don't you tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel, man?
Sure. I've been coming to YouTube itself for about 14 years now, but I didn't start making videos until probably 7, 8 years, give or take. And my content, I'm sort of shifting what I'm doing. I'm trying to do more videos on like more thought-provoking comments, like what's more important in the game, whether it be story or gameplay. Can you be a fan of a game you've never played? Stuff like that. I also do random stuff too, like top 10 lists. I've ranked all the Final Fantasy games. I talk about obscure RPGs like the Super Robot Wars series. Kind of a little bit of everything, honestly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're really. I mean, like the whole stream, you've really been speaking Wes's language.
Absolutely.
So it's.
Yeah, I'll be subscribing shortly.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, this is what's really interesting about this stream is that Frank and I both brought our own guests here, without like really talking to each other about what their interests are, and it's hilarious that like Wes and Bao like have a lot of the same.
There's a lot of overlap.
Oh my gosh, there's so much overlap.
Immediately like, oh, I like this guy. Hell yeah.
I instantly saw like Super Robot Wars and Xenogears in your Twitter bio. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm in. Let's do this.
Yeah. So
It's nice to meet people with similar interests in my games because I know they're kind of obscure a lot of the time.
They're niche for sure.
yeah, because I think I tried. Let's see when what the hell's his name? The guy that did the SMT1 translation.
I don't
was
know
that-
the name, but I think I know who it is.
Was that AGTP that did it? Was that Gideon?
Yeah,
Or was that someone
yeah.
else?
Gideon Z HTTP. Because he did because he put out the what were those 5 robot games that he put out that were like platformers? Or,
I want to see like Grand Battle or something like that.
Yeah.
They were the SD Gundam. I
Yes.
think Grand Battle.
Yeah, Grand Battle. Yeah, and then
Bubble
I was
Monkey.
having a little bit of fun with those, and then Wes
Bubble Monkey!
suggested I play a Robot Wars game or something like that.
Do you guys remember the envy of getting to here and you see the T-Rex's bat and all
Yes.
that, and you're just like,
I
one
have a
day
dollar.
I have
Yeah,
a dollar.
I can't even afford a cup of coffee.
It's beautiful.
That's why they gave me all of those cookies.
So I sent this to Frank, but so apparently somebody was messing around with Earthbound just like a week or 2 ago, and they found out that if it doesn't matter who, so there's a guy in Foresight that references your character directly, and it doesn't matter who you talk to or who you are when you talk to him. The line. It must use a variable, or it must use like a wild card for whoever is talking to him, because this guy went talking to him as the Bubblegum Monkey, and he specifically referred to him as Bubblegum Monkey. Do you remember me showing you that, Frank?
Yeah, I do. I remember you showing me that. It's so
That's wild, because it's like, if you just play the game straight, I don't think you can talk to him as anybody but Ness.
No, I love this community. Like I said, because we don't have much, but this community is so good. Like, it was so easy to find a nice, clean image of the 3. Like, every single sprite, every single map is out there in high quality. Like, it's such a great community. Like,
yeah, people. I mean, like, it's true of any community that people get real passionate about it, but people do get really passionate about Earthbound, and with the exception of the Undertale community, Earthbound on its own is pretty good.
There's some questionable overlap there, but
yeah,
I think it's nice that a series so old can still have such a passionate fan base.
Yeah.
Especially one that's not. Well, Earthbound is part of a larger series, but not like when people think of Earthbound, they don't really think of the Earthbound series. They just think of Earthbound.
they
Right.
think of Super Smash Brothers.
Right.
yeah, that's true.
where
Yeah,
so
it's
many
nice to
people
see.
learned about it.
Like so much passion for this one RPG that a lot of people don't even know about.
It's one of those things, so many of this, for a lot of people, this game's just some, distant memory from when they were a kid, and they just, it is something that really resonated with them. Like, I guess I'll finally tell my story. One of the reasons I love this game so much, I actually, when I originally was playing this game, I played it with my mom, and I was too young to be able to read, and my mom actually would sit with me and read the entire JRPG text of me talking to people and everything like that. And
Oh my goodness.
yeah, and eventually it got to the point where she had to be like, I can't do this with you non-stop, I can't sit here every 100 hours and read every little thing. And I was enjoying this game so much that I decided, well, then I'll just learn how to read. I don't remember how old I was, but I impressed people for years and years growing up that they're like, this kid can read? What the hell? And because of the fact that this game basically helped form the way that I speak, the way I make jokes, and my vocabulary at large, it's something that even just some of the way I say things and the way I structure my jokes remind me of this game, because that's where it came from. This game really helped to establish my personal lexicon, and there's so many great childhood memories that I have with this game, so many great adult memories. I remember me and one of my good friends, one day we stayed up for about 22 hours and beat this game in one sitting, including grinding for the Cosmic Sword, or the King Sword.
Sword of King.
Yeah, Sword of Kings. And I have so many great memories throughout so many different years with this, and I always then go back to those original days of sitting with my mom, just sitting on her lap and her reading everything, and me learning what makes an RPG, what the numbers meant, how the systems worked and stuff. It's the first time that I remember truly understanding what an RPG was and like how you were supposed to explore and how you found the next thing and stuff like that. It's such a good fond memory that is like a seed of my gaming passion is this game, you know?
That's a great story.
Dude, you got a real patient mom.
Yeah, could you imagine? I wouldn't buy my kid, I'd be like, I'm sorry, no way.
You know what's amazing to me there? That is almost mirror to how I learned to read, except for it was Dragon Warrior with my mom. That is like such a heartwarming.
My story is not similar in that my mom my parents were reading to me at bedtime, but like they wanted to know what I wanted to read, and I kept asking them to read me articles from Nintendo Power or things out of a strategy guide. And my parents were like, "No, we're not going to do this anymore." So I taught myself how to read. But for me, it was like the original Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Because I was so into the original Legend of Zelda and to some extent the Adventures of Link.
I love Zelda
game.
too. I don't care what anyone says. That game felt like a real adventure.
It was crazy, and it was also crazy how far I got as a kid. I don't think I could ever get that far now.
Yes, yeah, I remember Frank talking about this game all the time in high school. Yup. Yeah, and right above that, Vicer. Yup, Frank's been telling me about this goofy game for many years. It's great too. I love that I have some friends they're like, all right, I'm going to come with Frank on this journey. I know Vicer's played a little bit, but we got up to Tucson, and that was about as far as he's played. So it's great to be able to take some of my friends on this adventure too. Yeah.
See, I didn't learn my first language really through video games like that, but the Super Robot Wars series is why I took the initiative to start learning Japanese.
Okay.
Because a lot of the games aren't translated, so I said, screw it. If no one's going to translate, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
So I learned the language.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I love that story right there.
That is the dream that you lived right there.
Are you guys ready for a beautiful Super Nintendo cinematic moment?
Yes.
I love it. It's so good.
My favorite Earthbound shirt is this scene right here.
I love Tessie's face. Like, I just want a shirt with Tessie's face on it because I feel like that when the Monday's hitting just right. Let's get this bread, fellas. The music, the leaves and everything, just
I love it.
It gives it this big fairy tale kind of feel to it.
Yes,
you know?
it does.
It does.
Oh, it's so good. I love this game, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm having a great time tonight. We have a particularly passionate crowd here tonight, and it feels really good to be sharing all these stories and just appreciating the hell out of this game together.
I streamed Earthbound once and broke down at the very end.
Yeah.
The ending of this game is just so... I mean, like, it's not heartbreaking or anything like that, but, like, I really love the storytelling towards the end. And, like, how it kind of wraps up. And I'll probably end up, like, I'm sorry, Frank. I'll probably end up, like, talking about it way too much when we get to the end of the game.
Dude, I'm totally down with it. I'm fine with it. Like, I love the whole epilogue of this game and how it has such a strong epilogue. Like...
That too, I really like it. I have had people ask me, "Do you know if there are any other games that have an epilogue like Earthbound?" And I can't think of it. Mm-hmm. I can't think of another game that does it that well.
Don't think so.
It's just such an emotionally resonant ending. Like, no matter who you are, or where you come from, it's almost like this primal emotional resonance you get out of it.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the ending to this game, it sort of reminded me of a life lesson, because at first I was like, am I really going to have to, go through all this again? But then it clicked in my head. It's like, this isn't about just seeing the credits. This is like, the journey is more important than the end itself. So I should take this, embrace it, and just enjoy this since it's about to be over.
There we go. Thank God. Ooh, that was close.
That was...
Kind of similar to Bravely Default in a way.
Right?
That one I can make an exception for. That was too much. Too much.
Are you
After
guys
the
ready?
second time, it's like, okay, can we not do this
Read the
anymore?
sign. Make sure you read the sign.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Yeah, you're right. You're
Nope.
right. What am I doing? The sign's so important for the Brick Road story. This dungeon has no entrance fee. Come on in.
Come on in, neighbor. Brick Road is one of my favorite characters in this game.
Welcome to my modest dungeon, Brick Road. Thank you, Brick Road.
Oh God!
And I love the music.
I just got this like huge nostalgia rush as soon as I saw the ... Brick Road at the end of that sign. Like I was 12 again for a second there.
Oh my God! No!
Oh, no! Too rowdy. Too rowdy.
Too
This is
rowdy.
way too rowdy.
Come on, this fucking goat.
Just trying to solid
you
snake around this
almost
goat.
ran by him. You almost ran by him.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
I'm almost glad in a way that I didn't just suck, because this area was a nightmare for me to
No,
get.
no, no. This is like legit hard. Like
It's these goats, man. The goats are just like, ugh. I just would like the goat to not spawn there!
Is this a roguelike? Is this what roguelikes are?
Right? Oh my God! What the hell?
this game's called Earth Cells.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Go ahead and boo. Feel free to boo.
Live, die, repeat.
I don't know what the heck.
Dude, you are playing. You quit playing your pirated version, dog.
I know, right?
Oh,
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh, they just mercy ruled you.
Oh, right? I know. Seriously. Oh, that was a nightmare. I guess-
Now time to get destroyed by this rowdy mouse.
Oh
Will
my.
you,
Oh
shit.
No! Okay!
will you save
That was
state?
clutch.
Will you save state already? My God!
It's extremely responsible for this.
It's one of those things I usually like to kill a few enemies by where you can eat the soup with the guy before Nessie, but like, you know, maybe I shoulda. Oh, the duck! It's the duck! I love the duck.
Is he gonna make something spin?
I hope.
Oh, that's such a good duck.
He fell down!
I like how useless everyone is in this situation. The mad duck falls down, the monkey falls over, or the monkey starts scratching his head.
My heart's still racing from that mouse fight. Is that weird? Should I see a doctor?
No, we made it through it with 1 HP. I can't believe it. Here we go. Now we're getting some levels, baby. Did anyone ever try to find fight the caveman at the end of this, at this point of the game? Because I did, and it was bad.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made.
No. The caveman is so scary.
I am like so immensely worried about you right now, Frank. Like I'm like clutching onto the table right now.
This is absolutely one of my favorite enemies in the whole game.
The worthless protoplasm? Agreed.
Protoplasm.
That's
It's just like his name is insulting. Like his own name. Oh, screw you,
Dad.
someone else's dad.
Sven's dad. How
Yeah,
does he
right.
call you?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't have the receiver phone or anything.
Well, Haga here's a genius, so he's got a cell phone about 10 years ahead of the trend.
Right. Broken iron. Isn't that the slime machine?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's missing out of some of these books is like the table that shows you like what all is good.
Yeah, right. Watch for
For-
falling materials. Brick Road.
Jeff.
Oh, this is a
Bro.
good joke. I always appreciate this. You read this and then he falls. Dun, 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 dun. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh, hey. This does have it. Oh, wait, what does this have? Match the broken parts our graduates transformed into remarkable new inventions, starting with the first corresponding course. Oh, okay, yeah. So the broken iron turns into the slime generator. Oh, cool. So this does have. Oh, and it tells you what the IQ. So you need at least 10 IQ. So for those of you that aren't aware of how this works, IQ is a stat that you can level up in this game. And for Jeff, depending on his IQ level, when you go to sleep, if you have a broken piece of equipment in his inventory, if his IQ level matches or exceeds what's necessary to fix it, it will turn into something.
All right, wait, hold on, guys. Do I fight this? Do I chance this mouse?
What? How much HP you got?
47.
Man,
What do you guys think?
I'm so scared for you. Do it, coward.
Let's do it.
I
Let's
feel
do
like
it.
every
Let's do
battle
it.
you've had in here has been a near-death experience. So why not?
You're
add
going to
one
achieve
more?
enlightenment by the end of this.
Oh god.
oh my gosh!
Oh,
There's the smash.
Oh, he missed. Oh no, I missed.
Oh!
Oh my god, it wasn't a smash. Come on. Oh, we did it. Oh.
Look at that. Believe in yourself.
Whew. Oh my god. Okay. What do we get? Oh, a stun gun. See, that was worth it.
Right away.
That was worth it. That was 100% worth it.
See? You gotta give that kid a stun gun. Do you have a hat you can equip that you don't have equipped?
I don't.
Are you sure? Yeah, you got a Holmes hat, dog.
Oh, I
You
thought
can
that.
die so much less right now.
I thought that said Holmes bat for a moment, and I was like,
Holmes bat?
I don't remember that.
You just tripled your defense. It's fine.
It's.
I think we died so much here.
Remember, guys, what I said. This is a group of pros.
You know, every time you start up a new RPG and there's that NPC that tells you, don't forget to equip your gear, and you think, oh, screw off, I don't need you.
Oh, there he is, guys. Maybe it was too easy. My name's Brick Road, the dungeon developer. I've devoted my life to making dungeons. Well, by combining my skills and Dr. Andonut's intelligence, I can become Dungeon Man. The first combination of human and dungeon in history. Let's meet again once I've become Dungeon Man. Would you like to get a good night's rest?
Please.
Such
Yo.
a good series of lines.
Dungeon Man is so cool, though.
It
He's
is.
the best.
It's an A+ design.
The music when you have
Yeah.
Dungeon Man with you
Yes.
is some of the best music in the game, and you feel strong as anything too. Like, oof.
Okay, so this area is bullshit.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
brutal.
Like,
I have.
Like that Billy Goat at the beginning is like, oh, this is just a taste of what's to come, sir.
What up, Nerd House? Thanks for stopping by, bud.
Nerd House. I don't know who that is, but I'm saying his name. Nerd House.
Come
Grill
on,
ho.
come on down to Nerd House.
Now, did we kill a Nerd House in Final Fantasy VII?
Man, that fight is so rough. I remember I like brute forced that without understanding the way that you determined its weaknesses, and I hate myself for it.
If this is the nerd house I'm thinking of, today is her birthday.
Yeah, it's Nerd House's birthday. Actually, you're right. Happy birthday,
Okay, so
man!
this-
Hey,
Happy birthday.
Thanks for stopping by on your birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Nerd House.
Ooh, oh, dude, you're in for such a good run if you just got FF7R. It's
Oh.
so good.
I haven't even beaten it yet.
Oh, love it.
Well, you might as well wait for the PS5 update.
Yeah.
At this point.
The PS5 update and Yuffie.
And yeah, integrate.
I was gonna wait for the PC port, but then they gave it away for free. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
well,
How can you say
whenever
no
I'm
to
in the
that?
mood now, I can just play.
I adored that game. It was I think it was number 3 on my top 3 for last year.
That's
I liked it a lot.
I'm one of those people that, for me at least, Final Fantasy VII kind of falls in the middle of the whole series. I still really like it. Like a mid-tier Final Fantasy is still better than a lot of games. But for me, Final Fantasy VII-R really elevated a lot of the things that I loved about it, and just it did it for me, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Whoopsie.
Gosh.
I'm gonna play the big brother here. Frank, give me your controller.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead. No, Wes, you go ahead because for real, you probably got something nice to say about FF7R.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to block you and give you time to like circle back to it later when you're in the right mode for it.
I'm not gonna shit all over it because I do think it's cool. Like, and I like the combat in it. It's just like if Final Fantasy VII is not. I also beat Final Fantasy VII for the first time not that long ago. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what gets me about FF7R is that like it doesn't just elevate what's there; it does something new with like the story, with like the characters, with all of the side content, and integrating stuff from the larger Final Fantasy VII universe. Like, I'm happy with it because it's not
just a
like strict remake. Yeah, it's not like a scene for scene. I'm glad they divided it up because there is a lot of interesting stuff that they can do from here. And if they stick the landing, it's going to be in like my top echelon of games.
Agreed completely. And that gameplay is just like so tight. It's like every battle is this little like action RPG like puzzle. It's so fun.
Plus, I'm a sucker for the FF9 style, equip different weapons to get different skills.
Same, I love that.
Force me to experiment with equipment that I otherwise wouldn't.
Yeah, because what am I playing? What was I playing that had a similar system? TMS. The Melder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Tokyo Mirage
Tokyo Mirage Scrolls.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to just let you get there, but it was a struggle.
Because I used to call it TMS, and I had a friend that worked with me that would call it the Melder Scrolls.
The Melder Scrolls?
Well, if you want to be correct, you should be calling it TMS Sharp FE.
Sharp.
I mean, if we're being completely 100% here.
Hang on, guys. The love story's about to unfold.
The monkey love.
Sweet monkey love.
Sweet, sweet monkey love.
Persona emblem.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so like Tokyo Mirage Sessions was really cool because it did have that whole thing where it's like,
yes,
I need to make a weapon and hang on to it and then equip it as soon as the last one is mastered.
Yeah,
I'm also a sucker for it. I will say this all the time, but I haven't said it here yet, so I'm gonna go for it. Visual progression in RPGs, like having new weapons look cooler and cooler, having like new mobs make you look cooler and cooler. That is like essential for me to really love a game, and TMS has it in spades.
That's one of my main issues with the Trail series.
Yeah,
in every game, their weapon will stay the same, like the exact same.
Guys, I need you guys to level with me right now. Is it like, am I really supposed to play all 9 of these games and it's supposed to be good, or is it like a big joke that the internet's trying to make me waste my time with like 9 40-hour RPGs?
If you want to get the most out of Cold Steel 3 and 4, you sort of have to play all 9 games. It's an investment. It's an investment. It will pay off, but
I can definitely see why like somebody might think that it's just a prank the internet's playing on.
That's what it is.
Just thinking about how much you have to invest in the game and like how thinking of Trails in the Sky like the first 20 hours or like the first 15 hours of that game.
Yeah,
you're just like
I tried to start Trails in the Sky 4 times before it finally stuck, and then finally hit that 10-hour point, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. Hit the end of it. Okay, I'm gonna go into Trails in the Sky too. By the end of it, I'm like, why do I like these games? It didn't get any worse. It was still like continuing that same really strong story, but I was just like, man, I'm out of gas here. And then I was like, okay, I'll try start up Cold Steel 1 again, and everyone told me, oh no, that one has a super slow start too. And it's like the rallying cry with these games is you need to put in your 15 hours hard labor before it starts paying off.
Cold Steel 1 especially is just like 80 hours of setup for the sequels.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Oh.
If you're not into it, I don't blame you if you drop it, but your time investment will pay off.
Long to get into friggin' it's like to finish Cold Steel 1. I think you have to go behind it.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe not.
Could have sworn. Hold on, is there something outside that I gotta do real quick or anything? Just go down here for 2 seconds.
No! Oh god, it's horrible. Don't show it.
Look, the memories. Just think of the Sword of Kings. How many hours you spend down here?
Was this just to torture us?
Yeah, it was. Oh no! 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 Oh no!
Put your hubris hat wrong.
Oh my god! Oh, I got away! Oh, thank God!
He just gave you a little spook 'em.
To the end of Brick Brick.
Oh my god, that was the worst. Alright.
Speaking of jump scares.
Yeah, right, that's exactly what that was. Come on,
Yeah,
Dr.
I don't know
Donuts.
Hey, hang on, check your inventory. You might want to drop something or eat something. Okay, now go talk to him.
Oh, he says let's get together in 10 years or so.
But you're still hungry.
Am I the only one that got that reference?
No, I get it.
Okay. I'm glad.
I got it. It ain't making me laugh, but I get it.
I just walked into it.
It worked now. Whatever. I love this scene. I love this.
Oh my
segment
god, so much.
So good. The music, I love seeing places that you're like, I'm gonna go there, you know?
All right. Well, while we're enjoying this little cutscene, Wes, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you've been working on?
Yeah. So like I said, I've been writing for RPG Fan lately. I'm putting out as much as I can. Recently did a newbie's guide to Shin Megami Tensei, kind of broken down by what type of games you like, which is an adaptation of an old blog post that had gotten some traction for a few years. I recently put out a new accessibility piece on how Project Octopath Traveler had some serious color blindness issues, which is going to be the first in a series of things I'm going to do on the same subject. And then coming up pretty soon, I'm actually going to be writing a little bit about Mother 3 and some deeply personal, troubling stories that game brings up with me. Which, again, I have to reiterate, is one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, I like to write about stuff that, you know, attracts people into something that they didn't know about before, so that's kind of my jam.
Nice.
Beep beep. What would you do if you were just, you know, like chilling in a cave and just an entire ass spaceship crashed through the ceiling?
I'd be like,
I don't know which would be weirder, the spaceship or me just chilling in a cave.
Yeah, like if I was in that situation, like it's not the spaceship. I mean, like the spaceship is just compounding the situation.
Like, yeah, this might as well happen.
Yeah.
You know, the phrase gets tossed around a lot, but with Earthbound, I feel they really don't make them like this anymore.
Yeah.
And just watching this, I can't think of any other game, even Undertale, that just has you flying in a spaceship over towns to a zombie-infested town in a cemetery.
Mm-hmm. So you can crash your spaceship.
It's wacky without being...
Yeah, without whacking you over the head with it.
Exactly.
Like, it
It's
somehow
a matter
makes
of fact.
sense in this world, too. For some
There is
weird
context, yes.
I came because you called me. I'm not very strong, really nearsighted, kind of shy, and I tend to be a little reckless. This is just the way I am. I hope you want me to be your friend, okay? Okay.
So this is how Wes and I became friends because
Yeah,
he
this
actually
is-
said that to me.
I actually love Jeff.
Just walked right up to me and
That's
said
great.
that. It's like, hey,
So I
I'm
introduce myself to people.
I'm clumsy, I'm nearsighted. You can look past.
I remember as a kid, I absolutely was like, what the hell do I do here? What the hell? Until I'm like, oh yeah, I have a a key fix,
A
a key
key
thing.
theme.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, it's hard not to love. I like, with the exception of Pooh, I think, because he doesn't get enough time on the screen. I do love all the characters in this game.
When we get to where you get Pooh, I want to make sure that we have like Brian and Joe, so we get that like completely new reaction to the meditation sequence. Like,
Yes.
Right, that was one of the coolest things. So, like, it's not that I don't like Pooh. I just don't think that he, like... It's weird how they use him in the game. You know? He's with you for a lot of, like, the very end. But for the most part... Like, especially because they whisk him away at some point. But, like, his intro sequence is one of, like, the best. Like, I think that whole intro sequence is crazy.
it's so cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Where do I heal the
Hospital.
ghost again? Hospital. Okay.
Yeah, you want to go talk to the guy and not the nurse, but the guy that would buy your mushrooms.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, tell him
He's also an exorcist.
Yep, he's an exorcist. So just tell him that somebody in your party's possessed.
He's a man of many
Like you do.
talents.
Half-price dress shoes.
Wah, 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 wah.
I can't wait to get to Moonside too. We need to make sure we have
Yeah.
someone who it's their first time for Moonside because that's such a trip.
That will... I feel like you don't see anything else like that on the SNES.
I thought he did possession.
Isn't that
Maybe maybe the regular hospital.
Purify?
isn't that Purify?
Maybe.
I think so.
But you don't have any money right now.
No, I have none.
He's smart. He keeps it all in the ATM like a good little boy.
It was apparently the right move.
Right?
Yeah,
Considering
I
on
know.
some of these.
How often he dies.
It's been a risky boy.
Yeah,
Risky Frank, that's what they call him.
that is what they call me. They've called me that for years.
Ask anyone, they know I'm Risky Frank.
They say, Frank, how can you sell cars this low? Isn't that risky?
Like, well, haha.
That's why they call me Risky Frank.
Little do you know.
I remember my first time seeing Magic Hand and just being like blown away
Yeah.
of how unique that area is.
And the flying men thing, like, it's so
Yes.
good.
Okay,
Yeah, that's-
and then how fucking cool is it when they put a Magicant Smash level in that had to
Yeah.
fly?
Oh yes.
I lost it.
It's just a shame that those evil liberal censors got to Earthbound and had to put clothes on an 11-year-old boy.
How dare they? It's ruined the whole game.
So for those of you that don't know, in Mother 2, in Magicant, Ness is actually nude the entire time.
Sorry, I thought this was America.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it is interesting though when you consider it because I can't think of a time like when I dream, I don't think I'm naked in my dreams.
you don't think? You might.
Does anybody dream in the nude? Like, does anybody?
That's actually. I don't
Don't I'm
know.
awake anymore.
Nick, I don't know
I'm
if
not-
you know that, but that's actually the name of my first album.
dream?
I'm not even sure if I dream in first or third person. I'm just sort of there.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay, so I
sure.
get that. Yo, dude, you gotta do Haga.
Sven is not possessed.
He's like,
Cannot stress this enough.
I feel like I have no control over myself in my
oh
dream.
no.
I have a little bit of control, but I'm just like
Well, there's-
I'm sludge.
I like what Visor said. He says Risky Frank is a car salesman who has the constant low HP sound emanating from his body.
So there's actually a proper phenomenon about how you feel like you are not in control of yourself in your dreams. If you've ever, like, in your dreams tried to punch something and felt like your punches just do absolutely nothing,
Yes, I have that
It's
problem.
your body relies on the physical feedback of you hitting something in order for you to know that you have actually hit it.
Mhm.
So when you don't get that, like, feedback from punching something, most of the time your brain is just going to say, "Nah, it's you obviously aren't actually hurting anyone."
Jeez.
I don't think I've ever tried to punch something in my dreams, but that sounds interesting though.
So wait,
You
if
did
I
watch
wanted
enough
to get
Power Rangers as a kid.
if I wanted to that just means like you should numb up your knuckles before you get into a fight.
Yeah,
It's
just
like
change
never-
the association.
It's like in The Simpsons when Jimbo's punching Bart because Marge made him wear all the like skating gear, like all the pads and everything like that. And he's like, this feels great on my knuckles. I could just punch him for hours.
All right.
Well, let's do it. Wait, what are you doing, Novocaine?
Just put a little Novocaine on my knuckles.
Here, all right. So let's
It'll help me
say-
lucid dream. Trust me.
Yeah, it'll be great. I promise.
Yeah, I don't know. Lucid dreaming is like one of those things where they're like, "Oh yeah, it's really cool. You can control everything in your dreams." But if you fuck it up, you get sleep paralysis. And I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, that's good. I'm good.
Yeah,
God,
I can
speaking
attest
of
to that.
sleep
It happens.
Oh my
Like,
god.
Yeah.
You
Like
guys,
sleep paralysis is like just sounds so terrifying.
Vice-
Is that
you've
tent
you've
anyone
never
else's
had
sleep
it?
paralysis,
I-
Demon?
yeah,
never
the
had
tent
sleep
is my
paralysis.
sleep paralysis. Yeah.
The first
Look,
time I had sleep paralysis, I was shook. I didn't know what
Yes.
the heck was happening. I was terrified.
You think you're never gonna move again? Like, oh no,
Right.
this is it. I'm done.
Oh, I do not want that.
When it
I-
happens now, I'm just like, okay, let's get this over with already.
This will be done eventually.
Monster peeks around the corner. Is it my time to come out yet?
Oh! Oh!
It's just come out.
Look at that
Just come
shit!
on out.
Did you guys see
Yeah,
that?
I saw that.
That hurt.
Come on! That's not cool. Right off the bat? Are you kidding me? This game is just not being kind.
Rigged.
It's okay. At least I got him crying. God, that was ridiculous.
Oh, Alexa's gonna die. Unless you're fast. Oh no, wait, never mind.
So I'm sort of confused with his sprite. Is the inside of his mouth like lips, or is that a tongue? Like,
Well, what's
I
scarier?
think it's supposed to be a tongue, but I've never actually really looked at it. But now that you said,
Well-
is that supposed to be lips?
I can't unsee. Like, this is a luchador mask?
Yeah!
'cause that's what it looks like, a luchador.
Oh no!
That fucking rules!
Oh,
Yes,
that's-
that's exactly what it is.
That is 100% what it is.
Because that really is what it looks like now. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to look at that and see it
Oh,
again.
that I can't
that-
believe.
In stereo.
That's just lips.
Oh.
He looks so serious with the lips. You know,
I know.
the lips are just like. "Rrr."
Yeah, at least he looks a little jovial. Like if you look at it the other way, but like now he's just looking at you like. He just makes the Minecraft villager sound the whole time. Oh.
I guess now my sleep paralysis demon is going to be the luchador tent. So
The Luchador Tent.
You know, open up your eyes in the middle of the night and he's just sitting on your chest. So
Imagine explaining that to your therapist.
it's like a tent, but it's wearing a luchador mask?
so it is the luchador mask.
The luchador tent can't hurt you.
Luchador.
Jeez. This is someone needs to clip this the fucking Luchador Tent, please and thank you. Good lord.
It's got lips.
Oh my god. I can't handle
Need
it.
some luchador tent fan art.
Yeah,
I will say I'm impressed. So many people got through this game without any type of guide growing up, because I had to
Yeah.
look up a guide a couple times playing it on the Wii U.
No, dog, we did have a guide.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm guessing.
Oh,
We did.
We'll get you.
And since, I'll go grab it real quick.
Yeah. I'll give you the condensed version while he's got that to show. The original release of Earthbound, Nintendo of America was like terrified that this was going to be too hard for kids here to understand, because they were always terrified of RPGs. The FF4 remake that got rid of like all of the unique job skill, or not remake, American version that got rid of all the unique job skills, replacing future Final Fantasy games with Mystic Quest, which was kind of this beginner RPG. So they decided, we're going to make this work out. We're going to release a full strategy guide as part of the box that comes with Earthbound.
oh
For
wow!
all-
I never knew that.
It is Hopefully he's able to find his, because this guide is like a thing of beauty.
Sorry, I would have gotten here faster, but my closet is very small and my dog likes to get in the way. It's like, oh my god, what are we looking at?
I just want everyone to appreciate the Apple Kids' latest invention, zombie paper.
That is so good. Zombie paper stuck with me
so much. All right, so here's the box of Earthbound. All right,
Look at the size of that thing.
Standard, your standard game box for the Super Nintendo.
So I always saw the box art, but I never saw a physical one, so I didn't know they were that big.
So what's
Makes
really
sense
cool is check out how legit the back of this box is.
Yeah, I've seen the claymations of them on the back and stuff. It's great.
Well, there's way more than that because it came with this.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, that takes me back.
So it came.
So
it says
cool.
bonus inside free player's guide, and it is a 128-page player's guide.
Wow.
And so where we're at right now,
The clay art
And
on the
every
box is
copy
so
came
cool.
with one of these?
Yes.
every
Yeah.
single copy.
Everyone.
Wow. I'm having my mind blown now. I've never heard of a game that really did that.
Mm-hmm. It was so
I
The
don't know that
closest would be
this
like
one-
SMT4, which had a mini guide with it on the DS. Oh, 3DS.
Which was still pretty nice.
Yeah, that was still super nice. Yeah.
Because it was, I
Wow.
think, Double Jump that did that mini guide, and they were...
So what was really cool about this was that it resembled a travel guide, right?
Yes.
Let me get to.
Oh,
You gotta show the
I
scratch
just
and stuff.
remembered the Wii U version.
Yeah.
It came with a digital copy of this.
Yeah,
I just
it did,
remembered that.
Yeah.
So here, 3 journal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Oh,
a 3
man, that...
journal,
Oh,
and then visit 3, and it shows
So
you
cool.
stuff.
I love it. Do you still
Uh,
have the stickers that came with it?
The scratch and sniff.
Oh, that was such a key
I've
part.
heard of those. Do
Such
they
a
actually
key part of
smell
their
like
marketing.
anything?
Yeah, they do. They really didn't smell like what you thought they would smell like because they really were just kind of basic scratch and stiff stuff. But
Their magazine ads, though, had a scratch.
Yeah.
Their magazine ads, they went for a barf smelled scratch and sniff ad. It's a big key component of their advertising. They thought kids are gonna love this gross out humor. They're gonna be all over this. Let's put the advertisement is nothing but a big old master belch, and you scratch it, and it smells like garbage.
this might bring back some memories.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh,
Nintendo
wow.
Power Superpower Club.
That's
It's
awesome.
scary. And then here's what the consumer information booklets used to look like.
Got to read some Ness and Lester in that
Nice.
Nintendo Power.
Nestor and Lester. Nestor and Lester.
Oh, the Lunar 2 amulet. I love.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
still have that, I think.
Yeah, I still got my nice CIB Lunar 1 and 2.
Got Lunar 2 and Arc the Lad collection are my working designs boxes.
Ooh, nice. My favorite working design box will always be what was it? I think Dragon Crown on Sega CD with the nice that gold foil all over it, and it had
Yeah.
a bunch of nice raised depth to it.
They went hard on Sega CD and Sega Saturn,
Mhm.
which is a shame because so few people owned it.
Yeah. Well,
Remake the
Sega,
whole Sega Saturn, please. We need
Sega's
that
whole
whole-
career after the Genesis was just a colossal fuck up.
Yeah. Just a shame because they kept making consoles with really good games on them. It just their
Well,
business
they're
plan never worked out.
I love the story of Japan being look, we're working on the Sega Saturn, so let's ramp down Genesis sales. And they're like, we want to keep it going, so we're gonna make the 32X.
Yeah.
Japan's like, all right, but you got to get it done by this date. And then fucking surprise announcing the Sega Saturn, and then
No one was ready for it.
nobody ever was ready for it at all. And I don't know, it was just, that's hubris. I think that's hubris right there.
The Genesis was my first console, but I don't think I ever even saw a Saturn in person, in my life.
I don't think you're unique in that. I think you are in a lot of good company there.
I was going to say, like, I definitely saw one because I was growing up at the time and constantly going to game stores and stuff like that. But I feel like that's, I mean, like, anybody that
I gotta go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. Sorry.
At least you're leaving us with good music.
Anybody that, like, I mean, like, because now that I think about it, I only saw it in the box. I don't know that I actually saw a Sega Saturn when I was growing up, like, out of the box. And nobody I knew had one. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I finally went and bought myself a proper Sega Saturn for PC controller because there were too many games that like just don't have another release anywhere. And I desperately wanted to play Panzer Dragoon Saga properly. Oh, my dude.
Is that official, like, Mother 3 box?
Yes, it is, actually. You can tell because it's all Japanese in the back. not a spit of English.
I'm so jealous of Japan's ability to have like really cool minimalist box design.
Yeah, because this is legit. I love the look of this box. The just red. So, I don't know how many of y'all know this. I showed this off at the end of the first stream.
Ooh, what do we got?
But I figured now would be a good time to show it off again. I don't know if y'all know this, but there's a thing called a Game Boy Micro.
Ooh,
Yes,
yes, please show this off.
All right. And Mother 3 actually got its own Game Boy Micro.
There's apparently a really good little handheld.
Oh, I'm jealous.
That
I'm
is
jealous.
beautiful.
The Game Boy Micro is something I don't need, but I always wanted one just to say I can have it.
I'm with you.
But they're so
this one-
freaking expensive online now.
And
Yeah.
this one is specifically for Mother 3. It says "Welcome to Mother World" on the back.
Oh,
Nice.
that is a gem right there.
This is probably the crown jewel, I guess. Well, maybe the complete box Earthbound is, but a little Game Boy Micro instruction manual that comes with it.
King Deebs in the chat has the NES Anniversary Model Micro, which is another really freaking pretty micro that they made.
Is that the gold one, or?
It's either the gold one or it's styled like the NES one.
Well, it's a Famicom, so it would be
Famicom. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to talk to some zombies stuck to the floor?
Okay.
Oh,
This
sticks with me.
Paper, this was like whoever wrote the zombie paper joke.
uh-huh.
It's just amazing.
All the raises.
If I try to get away, my body will just fall apart. It's because I'm a zombie. I'll blame you after my death. I'll blame you for the rest of my life. It's so stupid. Could you help me? Maybe not.
I like that last one described the joke. My life will fall apart because I'm a zombie.
I don't care if I pass away. Ha! I'm dead already. You're the enemy of all zombies, you monster. I like that phrase. All
right, so before we go back to the game, even though we are playing the game, here's the cart that comes with it.
Oh,
Legit Mother 3 cart.
it's just gorgeous.
And have the legit instruction manual to Mother 3. And I think this is like, oh yeah, and it comes with a PSI list.
Ooh, that's cool.
Check this out.
Oh, that's
Like a
cool.
I'm a sucker for little handouts like that.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I mean, like, I can't read a lick of it. But
Yeah, speaking of cool packaging, I actually finally after all
I thought he was going to take off his pants.
yeah.
That looked like an intro to something that we would get booted off of Twitch for.
I got
Look at cool packaging.
I got my Super Blood Hockey today.
Oh my god.
Because I do the marketing and stuff with PEG, and like I have been looking and posting pictures of this thing for months now, and like I get to hold it. I could rub it on my face. Like, look at this sick NES style. Like, we didn't tell anyone about this. and it was so cool to see people's reactions to that. But like, it's just, and I'm not
Oh
even.
my god.
I'm not even just out here shilling for the company I work for.
That's so
like,
good.
It's so, and like, look at the inside. We have full inlay art.
That's awesome.
A full.
Yeah.
Oh.
A full guidebook and everything, or instruction manual. Like, it was really cool. Like,
Going hard on it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to just be like, yeah, you guys should like buy these from my company, especially if you see an ad on Facebook because I wrote it. But like, it's just a legitimately really cool product, and I just happen to have something to do with it.
No, I especially
Pure
love
coincidence.
that NES slip.
Yeah.
Really
That,
neat.
that takes me back.
The nice thing too about that is that Nintendo is very particular about like the spines and stuff and how you display it. And this was actually our tiny way of being able to get around it because we made our the spine they want is still there, but the spine we want is right here. So it's pretty cool that we kind of worked our way around that to give it a unique look to it. All right, cool. All right, so what I'm thinking is that hopefully we're gonna get through this little dungeon in one go, hopefully, and then we will save in Saturn Valley and call that time. So we should.
And then make sure we save.
Yes, I'm gonna save like 3 times in like different ways. You have no idea. I'm gonna save. It's gonna be the saviest save anyone's ever had. It's the greatest save.
This is gonna be like a half hour after we go off on the air. He's gonna be like repeating the save.
Like shit, fuck. Yeah. Oh my god, that's a lot of people.
No kidding.
Someone's gonna be like, Frank, are you a different level than you were at the end of the last thing? I'll be like,
I swear to God.
I didn't realize I could get experience from saving. Oh no.
I know we can mostly take out the little dude if I use the fly honey and the bottle rocket, right? The big bottle rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much takes him out.
Yeah, he goes gaga for that fly honey. He's just like
That's one of the things I so love about Earthbound is how often like you just use an item to do something special. Like there's no like prompts for it, there's no unique UI or anything. It's just you have items in your item list and they do certain things. And if you know to do it, you know, you can overcome both proper obstacles and just like make things easier.
he just is that fly honey?
Oh, is there fly honey in there? I always appreciate the random chests that they go, aha! And then they tell you, yeah, ta-da!
It's that Skip Sandwiches coming out party.
Yeah.
Oh man. Make way, boys. That's what Ness actually says after.
I love the no good fly. I just want everyone to know how much I love the no good fly. He just does something for me. He's so
Perfect
simple. He's just like, I'm no good, damn it.
I'm a trash man. I eat trash.
I'm a trash man. I said something nasty. Your guts went down. Come on, zombie dog.
Yeah, so it's really interesting to me that I connected with this game so much, despite like a lot of the roots and everything like that could be described as a very like an homage to Dragon Quest, right? And like, there's so much of the game that can be that's just like referencing other older, less. I don't know.
You gonna say perfect?
RPGs.
Perfect RPGs.
Yeah.
But it's just it's interesting to think that like the game resonated with me so well when I had no frame of reference for that as a kid. Like I'm quite certain I must have played like Final Fantasy I know I played Final Fantasy VI before this, now that I think about it. Commonly referred to in America as Final Fantasy III. At the time.
You know what I found? Like, trying to get people to play Earthbound, one of the big barriers for them was just the fact that you don't see your party members. That Dragon Quest style first-person perspective is a surprisingly big barrier for a lot of folks.
A lot of people just it's just not an attractive like battle style for them. They have to.
Which is crazy considering the backgrounds. Like the backgrounds are so good.
The backgrounds and the enemy design sell it, and I think it's the same reason that it works in Dragon Quest. Is the enemy design is so good, having like big full-featured art of it.
I've heard the same complaints with the DS and 3DS SMT games, where I know people that just refuse to try them because they're first person.
Yeah, I
spent my life trying to get people to play.
That's actually all SMT games aside from Nocturne, by the way. Because SMT 1, 2,
all mainline.
Yeah, with the exception of
Nocturne. Strange Journey. And...
It's really just that PS2 era that was 3D like that.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Well, no, I guess because when you consider things like Devil Survivor, is it Devil Survivor? What's
on the DS? Or...
That's the tactical one.
Yeah. On the it's a tactical RPG, so it's hard to do that in first person. Although I guess during the battles,
they do. When you attack, it's one turn of Shin Megami Tensei battle.
Damn, dude, you're right. It's only the PS2 games.
And semi-connected spin-offs like Persona.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but even a lot of the spin-offs end up when you consider like Double
Soul Hackers.
Soul Hackers is first person. Well, Soul Hackers is originally what?
It was Saturn?
I think it was Saturn.
Yeah.
It was one of Sega's not really used consoles, so
which sadly doesn't narrow it down enough.
Yeah.
Although I was
the least happy laugh for me.
I was a big Dreamcast guy.
Me too.
Sports and ports,
I still
baby.
am. Like I praise that game, that system whenever I can.
Yeah, it was legit.
I remember buying Grandia 2 and Skies of Arcadia on the same day, and absolutely, it was decadent. The RPG offerings in front of me.
I've still never played Skies of Arcadia. It's one of those ones I've always wanted to. It's supposed to be so damn good.
Yeah.
I always have trouble getting into it. I think actually the only reason I have trouble getting into it is because the only time I friggin' started up is when I'm ready to play a different game. But yeah, I didn't. Skies of Arcadia is actually one of the few RPGs on the Dreamcast I didn't own.
Well, I got
it spoke to me.
I'm guessing you only played it when it came to GameCube.
Actually, no. I got a chance to play it on Dreamcast because a friend of mine. I got a chance to play it on Dreamcast because the Dreamcast was so easy to hack.
Yeah,
not even hack. You just needed at first. What you needed was a boot disk first, right? So you put the boot disk in, you'd boot it up, and then it would tell you to put the pirated game in. And then it would launch the pirated game. Then they figured out how to add that all into the single GDI, I think it was called, or is that what they were called?
VMU?
No.
Memory in it?
No. What was because they had their own special. It was like GD-ROM or something like that. They had their own of what they called the disc. But anyway, they figured it out eventually. You could just put pirated games into your unhacked Dreamcast and play them.
Smash when.
Yeah, and so I went to this LAN event in the early 2000s called LANaholics, and it was really cool. A bunch of people at the Walter Payton Roundhouse, and we just rented out a couple of the rooms. But I knew one of the guys that ran it. And he also ran a Dreamcast. This is showing my age a little bit. He ran a Dreamcast ISO IRC channel, and so he had them all burned out. And so my friend asked him for them, and he came by with two of those 100 stacks. You probably haven't seen these. But back in the day when you would burn discs, you could buy 100 stacks of them. There's 100.
Yeah, I'm a little spindle.
Discs or blank discs on a spindle, yeah. And so he came over with two of those, and he had every Dreamcast game that had ever been released.
Oh my god!
I would have been a kid in the candy store if I saw that.
I would not have finished a single one of them. I would have played 10 minutes of every last one of them.
Well, it was an event that went overnight, right? So like you got there kind of like early in the day, either in the morning or around noon, and we would have tournaments throughout the night, and you would pack up and leave the next morning. My friend spent the entire time ripping those discs and putting them on his computer. He didn't play a single game with us.
Oh my god.
He spent the entire time moving those over. He was so impressed.
Preparing for the future.
It's good to note that at that time, the only internet in the area was still dial-up. So,
Wow.
We're dating ourselves here.
oh yeah.
Gosh, what should we do? I know it's not going to be tonight. It'll be next time. What should we do for the 5 minutes, Nick? I feel like we should do something special for the 5 minutes.
3 minutes,
Sing along.
right?
Pollyanna?
When the game makes you wait for 5 minutes straight.
No, it's 3. It's 3,
it's
right?
3? Is it? Is it
3?
3?
I think it's 3.
It could be. Very well could be.
I'll do a little looking up.
Ooh, thank you. We'll do like a dramatic reading of an odd Austin message in the group chat or something.
Wait, it's 3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes.
I mean, like, I could just tell more Dreamcast stories or some shit like that.
Welcome to Nick's Dreamcast Story Hour. I love that. Can we have that?
I actually have a surprising amount of Dreamcast games.
Yeah.
Like legit Dreamcast games. I would take me some time to dig them out, I think.
I was glad that so many of the greats got like ports to other systems at least.
Yeah, true.
I used to have a legit complete in box copy of Power Stone.
Ooh, nice.
That's a classic.
That's
I
a
don't know
great
what
game.
happened to the case or any of the manuals or anything like that. Like for some reason, I just have like this Power Stone disc in like a CD binder somewhere. I'm like,
Guts' Rage. Thank you, King Deebs. Good post.
That's a good point.
I have Guts' Rage. I have a legit copy of Guts' Rage.
Do you have the JoJo's game too?
That's a good question. My
wouldn't
memory's not that great, so I'm
Because
trying to
you're old.
remember if I bought it or I just remember wanting to buy it.
King Deebs said he sold it too.
Oh, that's right. I was wondering how I got that. I was like, wait a minute. I don't think I would have just bought it. That's right. You didn't sell me the JoJo games, did you?
Of course, that was the first one you got, Immoral.
Yeah. That checks out.
Those are the two. I have 2 anime tattoos. One, I have the Joestar tattoo there, and then I have the Brand of Sacrifice there. So.
Nice.
You guys hear that? You guys hear that sound in the distance?
What could it be?
Maybe a land of wonder, or just roaches. I don't know.
Probably roaches.
That
Hang on, is he
roach
gonna
ripped.
knit his brow? That was my favorite thing that he would do.
Mm. You're like,
Like,
very good.
The roach is knitting his brow. I don't know. Of all the shit we got to see tonight, though, I think my favorite was the fucking giant Monado.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Like, that's gonna take up some space in my brain for a long time. Like,
It's a
You're just gonna wake up after a heavy night of drinking and you're gonna find one on your door.
Giant Monado. Yeah,
Is it bad? I kind of want a second one, but one that actually like transforms like
That
everyone does in the
be
game.
so cool. Guys, look who it is. It's Mr. Saturn.
show it off, Wes.
We feel groove. Hi ho, me Mr. Saturn. This place, all our Mr. Saturn.
The font for Mr. Saturn is just next level stuff.
It's
So,
kind of
you know why, right? Go ahead.
what I was gonna just touching on the Japanese version in Mother 2, the way that Mr. Saturn talk. It's actually the font choice is inspired by Itoi's daughter's handwriting.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
fantastic.
cool.
Right? What were you gonna say, Nick?
No, I was hoping I was going to prompt you to tell that story.
Oh, perfect. Look at that. That's why you're my co-host, man. Same wavelength.
I remembered us talking about that, so I wanted to make sure we covered that.
Healthy and dandy.
All right.
You got the slime generator.
Yeah, thank God, right? I like it when you start to get the really good ones, like bazookas and shit like that. Like, oh, so good.
The Hungry HP Sucker is the best one, I think.
I love the Hungry HP Sucker, yes.
So, in Mother 2, the strange creatures that live in Saturn Valley are known as Doseisen. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Dose is the Japanese word for the planet Saturn. And san is a suffix added to names to show politeness, akin to Mr., except it can apply to any gender.
Okay. Huh.
Many of us are aware of honorifics.
Yeah.
So, Earthbound's localizers, oh my goodness, understandably named these creatures Mr. Saturn. However, because Mr. is a male honorific, most English-speaking players assumed for years that all of these creatures were male. This assumption wasn't nearly as prevalent among the Japanese fans, and was proven false by Mr. Saturn in Mother 3, who mentions being female.
Okay.
Oh man, the cameras are all screwed up, Frank.
I fixed it.
I'm in there.
It's fixing it. It's fixing itself. I went and closed the capture, and then it was like, oh, no. And I'm like, okay, cool, I got this.
So it's
life finds a way.
It's specifically called out in here. Not only do the Mr. Saturns look strange, they speak strangely too. In Mother 2, their dialogue uses a special font based on the handwriting of Shigesato Ito's young daughter.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. Is there? Do we know what the English font is, or is just they were trying to make it like a childlike font?
Let's see here. No, they don't really. The font's silly appearance and deviation from standard Japanese text grid lend the Mr. Saturns a unique and whimsical feeling. Earthbound's localizers created a similar off-the-wall English font, although it wasn't based on anything in particular.
Got the exact answer I was looking for. Perfect.
I mean, this thing's a freaking tome.
Seriously, I didn't know that existed. Amazing. I had no idea that existed, and I'm just like, it's the Bible. The Earthbound Bible.
Yeah,
free plug, check out the Legends of Localization website. There's so much free content on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, I think we're reaching out to Tomato, aren't we?
Yeah, we're working on reaching out to some of the bigger names in the larger Earthbound community to see if they'd be interested in being in on this. And Tomato is one of the people we're talking about doing. That would be
absolutely
coolest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would hang this up. I would just we'd start the stream and I'd be like, hey guys, guess what I'm doing? We got the dude right here.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, I don't need to say shit about this because we got the man himself. Like, we get him and like one of the better speedrunners. We'd just be like, hi, welcome to all of the information you could ever want to know.
To compound on Wes's free plug for Legends of Localization, he also streams and does this really cool thing.
Yes.
Where he'll have we watched him stream Final Fantasy VI, and what he did was he had 4 different translations up. The Super Nintendo release, the GBA release, the original what was it? The original Japanese?
I think he had the original Japanese, but he had the fan translation.
Okay. That's right. They had the fan translation.
The DJAP fan translation.
It was so cool to watch him and it was really cool to watch it because he would go and he would talk to somebody, and all 4 of them would populate.
Yes, it's like this hand-coded thing that pulls up the lines based on what you're doing in the game. It'll pull up the correct text line.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. Yeah, I really recommend checking that out, guys.
And then he did a huge blog post series on the best parts of that stream.
Yeah, that dude loves localization. If you're interested in translation or localization at all, definitely check out Tomato's site. Very cool stuff.
Sounds like there's a ton of awesome information on there.
So we about done then, I guess?
Yeah, I was saying we're officially on the intro-outro page. ready to go. We're definitely, like I said, next week we're going to be doing the Saturn Valley as well as Master Belch's Factory. It's going to be another really good episode. Honestly, I had a great time. Even though I had to literally like blow through an entire episode's worth of content in like 45 minutes, I still had a great time tonight. Thank you guys so much. My guests, you guys are all absolutely fantastic. You carried the conversation while I was attempting to play this game at like 20x speed.
Well, thanks for seeing it. It's an absolute blast.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, did anyone want to shout out whatever they're doing? Anything like that? Does anyone want to shout anything out?
Yeah, Val, why don't you where can people find you, I guess?
You guys can find me on Twitter at RealBalZakarga. Don't ask why it's called Real. You guys can find me on YouTube at BalZakarga. That's BALZAKERUGA. I make a bunch of videos on random things, thought-provoking topics, all that. Thanks for having me on this week, guys. It was a lot of fun. Seeing you guys be so passionate about this game has made me want to revisit it, so appreciate that.
We're doing our job then. That's
Thank you.
Mission accomplished, right?
Yeah, for real.
The greatest honor an Earthbound fan can get is getting someone else to want to play more Earthbound, so...
Yeah, definitely.
So
Wes,
happy cult.
Wes, do you want to shout anything out that you're doing or anything like that?
Yeah. You can always find me on Twitter at WesIliff. That's WESILIFF. It looks like a barcode. It's hard to spell, hard to figure out. You'll get there. You can also find my work under the same name on RPG Fan, and my personal blog at messofchords.com has everything that I put together up through like 2018.
Awesome.
Also might find a little something in the upcoming JRPG book from Bitmap Games.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, plug that for a second.
Yeah.
Talk about that for just a second.
Yeah, I heard
completely forgot that.
JRPG book, and I'm suddenly interested.
Yeah, so Bitmap Books, it's Kurt Collada from Hardcore Gaming 101 puts out a lot of these like tomes, like the CRPG book that came out, and like focusing on different genres. And there is upcoming a JRPG book in like the next month or so. I believe that's it's slated for.
I feel like we've been waiting forever for it.
Yeah.
Isn't that
It's
anything good in gaming?
Beautiful cover art by Steph. Oh, I'm going to ruin it if I try to pronounce her last name. Check out the JRPG book on Twitter. You'll see all kinds of beautiful things. And I did a big old 2-page spread on the Phantasy Star Online series for it. So.
Ooh, PSO, a man after my own heart.
So fun going back to those games and like pulling screenshots from them. It was like, oh, nice little blast from the past.
You're just like, oh boy, Del Lily shooting Megan, great.
Yep.
That's how you know I played.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, I natural farmed a Psycho Wand for my Pinkle Force. Hi, how's it going?
Oh my goodness.
Alright, well, Nick, you want to shout out anything you're doing?
Right now, what I'm doing is I'm making sure to put everybody's social media stuff in the chat. So if you want to check them out, and then we'll probably put a compilation of this stuff in a tweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll
and tweet that out as well.
Out, give a nice wrap up of everyone.
We should have been doing this from the start, but
probably.
Hey, we're learning.
Exactly.
We're learning.
Hey, I mean, we've all listened. This time we started the stream and not everyone was muted, so we're good.
The journey's coming along.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Monsterbound's been a journey. It's great. I love it. Well, on that note, again, I'm your host, Woodman, aka Frank. You can find me at Woodman FLG just about anywhere. Obviously, thank to Monstervine for getting us together and giving us a place to do all this. And thank you to the chat, to all the people watching the VOD, to all the people watching the YouTube video. Thank you guys for being interested in our content and for being passionate about this game series. We wouldn't be doing this if I didn't know that there was a lot of people out there that are just drooling for more Earthbound stuff, and I'm happy that we could be the people to bring that kind of stuff and try to sate your appetite. I guess everyone, do you guys want to give a 3, 2, 1 Fuzzy Pickles and call it a night?
Sure.
Come down.
3, 2, 1 Fuzzy Pickles.
Fuzzy Pickles!